Yes. What is going on, people? How are you guys doing? We are back for another ladies first panel. Okay, make sure you follow all of the ladies here before we get into anything. That's what that's what you need to start off doing, girl. I don't know what you're doing right now, but you need to make sure you following all three of us where you follow people at, wherever that may be. Okay, get into that first. Also like the video. Welcome. Ladies, are you ready? Are we ready? Are we
Yes.
good?
Ready,
Okay,
Eddie.
Yes.
let's do it. Hi.
What's up? What's
Hey.
up? What's up,
What's,
everybody?
what's
Welcome back. Welcome
girl?
back.
Like I have hair. What's going on?
Right, it's blowing
Okay. Listen, it's so good to see y'all. I miss y'all. Y'all know how this is every week.
every week.
Yes, every
hmm
week. I like this hoodie you got on, Bondi.
Thank
I
you.
was just looking at that.
Girl, this is an old she inside buy. Like I do love Halloween. So you
Ah.
know, you know, girl, sometimes you just gonna find an old weird ass Halloween sweater around my
Do
house.
you do haunted houses? Are you like that type of person that loves Halloween?
Yeah. I
Oh
haven't
hell
done
no!
Really?
it in a long time, but when I was younger, that was
We
my
see
shit.
each other.
I
You're
Really?
like that too,
Hold
Jay?
up. Did you? No, I'm saying me and you see each other. I
Oh,
hate it. But
me
did you
too.
used to go in a group or just you and your significant other?
sometimes it would just be me and like my friend, like maybe one or two of us extra for
Mm-hmm.
me.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I ever went with that large a group of people. Like I was
Mm-mm.
always like, let's do it. Cause like I'm very you know, what you call it? I want to try the shit. Like you ain't about to
Adventurous.
yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So even if I am scared, you ain't about to punk me. Let's go. Like if I ain't gonna throw up, let's go. So
They
yeah.
punked me right at the door. I've attempted to go into haunted houses 2 times, and I was crying in line.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I
I ain't
was
gonna
like,
attempt.
just from hearing the people yell, that would give me anxiety. And I would go in a panic and be like, why would I play myself like that?
Mm.
I just kind of feel like you can't really scare me for real. Like
Oh,
not in that way because like I feel like when you grow up in New Orleans, like around places that are very like still in the same state
yeah.
they were before and the story is attached to where I come from, like we honestly frolic down those streets. Like, there's
Oh.
a ghost story here, there's a ghost story there. And when we was in high school, we used to be like, all right, so we about to go in the French Quarter and we just gonna walk around. Like, so, we go on tours and everything just for the fun of it. So like my attitude towards the shit is like, can you scare me? Like,
Oh, it's
You know why I
fun. It's
believe that so
adventure.
much, Bondi? And this shouldn't really matter, but it does to me. I'm thinking about the Princess and the Frog and how they had the little like scary elements of the show, but at the same time it seemed like it was so normal to everybody else. I'm like, girl,
It's
that's
true.
not normal.
that's
But for the people in the area it is. So that's what
mhm,
I was thinking about. Okay. That makes
yeah.
sense.
Hmm.
Like what's the movie? The Skeleton Key. Oh my god, love it, love it.
Where is that, on Netflix or is that a movie or a show?
It is. It's a good movie, and it's
Okay.
like based in Louisiana, and it's basically about a house that's haunted by like slaves. Um,
Hmm.
yes, it's really good. If y'all get a chance and y'all want to watch like a good scary movie,
You
Uh-huh.
said it's on Netflix?
I don't know if it's on Netflix. I
Mm.
can't remember
Oh,
what it's
okay.
on, but y'all know how the shit be traveling from different app to app. So I can't remember which one it's on right now. But the Skeleton Key, it might be
Mm.
on Hulu or it might be on Amazon. But yeah, see, look, some people know. I write a letter.
Mm,
Um,
that's on.
so
Mm. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna have to watch it. I'm weird. I mean, real life stuff don't scare me, but the haunted house scare stuff that scares me.
Mm. I got you. Real life scared me. I'm still scared. It's still been
Oh, it
scary. I'm
comes
just
on Peacock.
scary. On Peacock. Okay.
Yeah, it comes on Peacock, or
okay,
it is on Peacock.
Okay. It's on Peacock. Okay.
Yeah, Apple TV too, and Amazon Prime.
Yeah, Amazon Prime. Some told me Amazon Prime. I feel like they always have some of
that's
the
why I said Prime because Prime
throwback.
always got
Yeah.
it, girl. That's why
Mm-hmm.
I keep me a Prime membership. I don't care what y'all say. I know y'all want us to give up on Amazon, but we ain't in that.
Not just yet.
Y'all know, like if you just hear what the people say about how Amazon is, like as a corporation, like they
Oh yeah, that's hard to do.
They
like
lay off people in the masses. I be seeing different articles and stuff. So a lot of people be dragging them.
yeah,
Yeah,
But I'm
but a
not
lot of
letting it
people
go
been getting
yet.
some settlements. You hear about that one man? How much? He made a lot of money when he left.
Mm,
Like I can't remember. I think it was like $1 million
I
because of
wouldn't be
something that
surprised.
somebody said to him. Let it be me, shit.
right.
Period.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Well, listen, I actually have something scary I want to ask you guys about. So Shanti finally, kind of, I guess, if you want to take subliminal seriously, spoke on the situation with Irv Gotti in this new remix to Gotta Move On.
Mm-hmm.
And she says it's giving obsessed, it's giving you stress, it's giving you press, it's giving this nigga missing the best. And listen, I hope she's not talking about Irv, because then that would make me think you actually did fuck with him at one point, and ew. Um, but it makes me want to ask you guys, have you ever had an ex be obsessed with you?
In
Once.
what way?
I mean, like obsessed, like maybe stalk or like really all where you going, what you doing kind of thing, but like obsessed,
I
you know?
would say yes in the terms of people hitting me up about something that they've said or
Mm,
whatever about me. Yeah, I've
shit.
had
What they
somebody that
say?
they used to work with. I won't say what they said, but I'll say that when
I think
they
you talked about this and when we was
I
at brunch.
probably I probably did. I probably did. They used to work with my ex, and I'm sorry, the person that I knew went to college with me, and we were on the same cheerleading team or whatever, and they randomly just talking about cheerleaders and stuff. This is how the conversation came to me. And I guess the ex overhears it and automatically includes themselves into the conversation. Sir, you've never went to college. You were not on anyone's cheerleading team. Why
Yeah.
are you coming into a conversation? And then the crazy thing was, I haven't talked to you in probably 5 years, maybe. I don't know how long, because we were together for like 7 years. So I don't know. Oh, girl, I feel like I'm just really
Oh
old.
wow.
So we
You already
haven't
had for
talked in
seven
a
years, and
minute.
that's the one who was obsessed.
Boom. Yes. Yes, that one. So we haven't talked, and I feel like it could have been, yeah, it had to be like 5 years at that point. I haven't talked to you in that long. So then I messaged them and I was like, yo, you got something to say? You got something you need to say to me? Cause I'm just trying to get an understanding. Like, you had something, do you need to say it to me? Cause I haven't discussed you or felt the need to even discuss you
Did they say
in
anything
years.
inappropriate or like rude, or was it just like,
No, it wasn't really inappropriate I feel like I'll say this. I feel like it was rude when ain't nobody even talking to you. Right.
yeah,
So like with cheerleading, we had a process or whatever. So they were kind of talk about how I was in the process. And so being an old head cheerleader. And so he just jumps in it like, well, she don't scare nobody and just like some weird and like it was
oh
just
yeah, it's
really
giving
weird.
obsessed.
Okay. And other stuff, and I probably tell y'all that behind the scenes. But anyway, and I'm just
Mm.
like, are you kidding me? And I'm not gonna say it because I could say some stuff about him, but I'm just like, that isn't like that makes no sense. Like, he was just talking shit, basically. And here's the crazy thing for me is that, sir, you're married at this point. So be focused on your marriage and be focused on the two children you had outside of your marriage. Like, that has nothing to do with
Ew,
me.
you said
So it's
outside.
like, yes. So that's what I'm saying. Like, focus on what you got going on over there. So I was like, make sure you keep my name and my child's name out your motherfucking mouth. And that's just what that was. You know what I'm saying? Because when you saw me a few years back and I was in your face, you couldn't do nothing but stand there and just like kind of smile. So I'm a little confused that now, like, why do you have any, like, it is giving obsessed. Like, ain't nobody talking to you, baby. Unnecessary. So yeah, in that
Damn.
term, I would say yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, thank you, Kenya Jones, for the super chat. Have to know where you got the sweatshirt. And hello, ladies, first panel. She inside. Okay, she inside is where I got it. Thank you so much for the super chat. Do you have a he was obsessed story, Niecy?
Yeah. So what's funny is this guy, I wouldn't even really consider him to be an ex. Really don't even count him as a body, but I guess that's where the obsession came from. So I swear, like one time, I tell you, one time. So yeah, I forgot. Oh, I met him. I went to this like party thing, whatever. We went on a date. We hung out, and then after that, I stopped talking to him. And when I did that, he wouldn't stop DMing me on Instagram. And then I blocked him. And then when I blocked him, his friends started DMing me on Instagram. And then I blocked them. And then he would call me off of different phone numbers. So then I told you I met him at a party, right? So at this point in time, I'm in college and I had 3 roommates. We had a 4-bedroom apartment. And I'm in my room. Who the fuck do I hear in my kitchen, sitting down at my kitchen table, playing cards with one of my roommates? It was him. My roommate did like he knew that me and my roommate were really cool.
What in the lifetime?
But she
That's what I'm
yes,
thinking about. Reasonable Doubt, girl. I'm just like, what is going
I
on?
just started watching that. I'm still on episode 1. But yeah, he shows up at the apartment and my roommate knew that we used to talk, but she didn't know that I like basically, blocked him out or whatever. So I didn't come out my room the whole time. And one of my other roommates knew the details. So she was like, you gotta go. Like you gotta go. So yeah, I pretty much blocked everybody and every number they called me on, and I haven't seen or heard from him since. That was a long time ago.
How old were you when that happened?
20. He was like 24.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah. Thank you, Square Biz, for the super
that's
chat.
crazy. That's
Email us
scary.
at Ooh Ladies First,
Yeah.
please. Thank you for the super chat, but email us because I don't see DMs a lot of the time. So for me,
Mhm.
I feel like I don't know if anybody has been obsessed with me as much as people like to spin the block on me. Like that there's not one, like not one that hasn't spun the block. So I'll say that. But like the one time I can remember where I was feeling a little way, I was in New York and I was at the New York Film Academy for the summer. I was staying with my sister. And you go to school, it's like different people. It's a whole bunch of different people. This white guy from California was like around my age, and he was doing it. We were partnered in the scene that we had to like record and tape and all of this shit. And he came to my sister's apartment at the time to like, we were in the main area, like one of the theaters upstairs and practicing, for the filming the next day. And he didn't want to leave. And then when he did leave, like he kept texting and calling me. Like while I was there, it was kind of like a little like, oh shit. And it was crazy because he was like this kind of like hippie white guy with like long hair.
I didn't know you. Did you ever have any experience with him, or he just liked you?
He just liked me.
Ah.
It was like normally the people that feel like that. Oh, and when I was growing up, the dude around the corner from me was obsessed with me. But he grew up to be gay. So I don't even know what that means. But I know that he used to watch, like, he used to wait for me to come home every day. And by the time I got inside my house, the phone was ringing. And that was like early on. That was like when I was like 10, 11, 12, 13.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He was really like everybody in the neighborhood knew that he was obsessed with me. God rest his soul.
Oh, and he's passed too. I'm sorry to hear that.
A lot happened with him over the years, but that was like the first person that was like obsessed with me in a way that like he was literally sitting at the corner every day. My dad was like, tell that little boy, stop calling every time you walk through the door. He was like, for the past few days, I done watched him call you as soon as you get through the door, like he watching you.
Oh gosh.
His house was on the corner, so we would usually have to pass his house to get to ours. So it was like as soon as he saw my car spin the block, ding 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 ding. So yeah,
Wow.
those were the times. But like as an adult, I feel like I definitely have like the energy of I don't know what this is, but I don't like it. I'm moving into the background.
Yeah.
Like You know, because you meet people that got like crazy behind the eyes or some shit. Like I met them.
Hell yeah, you can see them.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, no.
Mhm.
I heard of something recently. It's like a Japanese or Chinese saying where you can tell things about people by the look in their eyes. It's called like the
Mm.
rule of the thirds. And this girl was talking about it on TikTok, where the old saying is basically like you should never see three white spaces on somebody's eyes. You should only see the two outside the eyes. And if you see three, it could be a number of things. It could be like exhaustion. It could be like somebody crazy, or like when you look at the eyes, it's like be weary of these eyes, they're ready to release, these people are sad. I need to find the thing, but this girl on
Mm.
TikTok posted a picture of her baby daddy and his best friend a month before her baby dad was killed by the best friend, and the best friend had those eyes. And whenever you said crazy behind the eyes, I started thinking about that. It's like the rule of thirds, and you can see it in people.
Mm-hmm. I definitely feel like I can because
What, Jamie?
you see it in
I'm
your
gonna
family.
see if I can send y'all a picture of somebody.
You should.
Oh Lord, you saw the rule of thirds in somebody.
I'm gonna see. Y'all keep going. Let me. Hey, Scotty, what's
Hey,
up?
Scotty.
Let me see if I can find. I feel like they changed their name
Probably
on
mother
here.
stalking me. Oh wow. Uh,
That's what's called senpaku eyes.
so spin the block means coming around the corner. It means coming back. Like it means we
Yeah.
were together, we broke up, and then they would come back. Like, what's up? Hey, big head type of thing. But I'm
Right.
Yeah.
you
Send it
though.
back one
Yeah,
more time.
yeah, what's up? Like, like that. Hey, I am Diva Nicole. Thank you for the super chat. I had a guy make a fake egg page and pretend to be a girl wanting their hair done just to get a conversation out of me after being blocked. Wow, that is crazy. That's crazy. Listen, this is one of the reasons why you don't find me being so like friendly with people online. Like, if y'all ever wonder why I'm like closed off a bit, it's because people are crazy. And you may not be crazy, but people are crazy. I know you ain't the crazy motherfucker. Like I know, you know. Let's see. Many women have had to deal with stalkers or men or people who
DC.
feel like they are entitled to their time. I definitely had from older men when I was a teen and in my early 20s. Oh yeah. Like honestly, tell me if it's just me. Do you purposefully not make eye contact, especially with men?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because some people feel like if you acknowledge that you even see them, like with your eyes, they think there's an invitation.
Right.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
see you. I'm
Absolutely.
blind. I'm legally blind.
Yeah. Like looking around the motherfucker. What?
What?
Absolutely.
Damn.
I'm
And
like,
then they want to get closer to you and get in your space. Like
They
I don't
do.
like when people be in my like scoot back just a little bit
and I feel like
like
that
that.
should be stressing me out. Like the fact that you can actually like feel that you shouldn't be looking at a motherfucker like naturally, like don't look at him.
Right.
One dude in high school used to come to my job. I actually had it was a class. I was in co-op where if you had a job, you could leave early. So he knew my schedule. He was lame as fuck, and he would show up, and he actually got like all out angry one day. And I never talked to him like that. Like literally one day, he just came to my job, and I was like, I don't like you. And he got angry, like to the point where his face turned red. He put his fist on the counter, and I was literally afraid to leave the mall because I used to have to do closing shift, and he knew my schedule. Like he's the whole reason why I went and got a taser.
Mm. Wow. That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
That is
they'd be tripping.
These
I wonder
people
what
be
happened to old
so
boy.
man.
like, yeah, I feel like you definitely learn. I think shout out to growing up with volatile parents and shit because once you start to learn how to I guess, figure out their moods a bit, it becomes easier for you to scope out those issues in other people. I feel like that probably was my main thing is like seeing crazy in family members so that I
Oh,
can see it in people outside because it's like you look like my people that's
you
crazy.
remind me of.
Yes.
Yeah,
And like I
yeah.
know what I'm seeing right here, motherfucker. But
I
anyway,
feel it. Yeah, yeah, girl. We gonna talk about that forever. Yeah. Anyway.
listen, it's a conversation. Y'all know that's what I was looking for, okay? But if we can move on, I got a little bit of this or that for y'all. And
Cool.
I think it's interesting because it's this or that based off of who's been the most problematic lately. So, first, We got 50 Cent and we got Diddy.
Lately.
This or that. Yeah, well, because Diddy has been constantly like on the blogs and just it seems thirsty at this point. He's looking a little dehydrated. He needs to take a rest. 50 is, still being a jerk and an overall cunt. So, it's like, who would you pick? I honestly feel like, unfortunately, Diddy. It would be Diddy for me.
It's hard for me. I haven't heard anything. Oh, well, shit. But whatever.
About.
I was about to say I hadn't heard anything from 50 Cent, except I just seen a picture of his son with the money laid out on the floor asking for 24 hours of his time.
He clowned, he clowned the son with like a little commercial type thing after that.
I'm gonna say 50 Cent. And another thing, I was on TikTok yesterday and somebody was talking about like cases that nobody talk about anymore. And you remember it was a girl who was a choreographer and her husband was Earl somebody and he unalived himself and her.
Yeah, with the Floyd Mayweather.
And 50 Cent was trolling him talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the reason why today, and because I seen that TikTok so recently that reminded me of that, I guess I'm gonna go with 50 Cent. 50 Cent is something about his spirit that just be like I'm a troll and I don't give a fuck. At least Diddy be trying to be on some fake brother love stuff.
What was the this or that though?
Because the this or that was like, who would you choose?
Oh, okay.
Who would I choose for
over the other?
Yeah, to live.
Oh, I thought you were to live. Oh,
who
to live
better. Either.
No, I prefer Diddy. I thought you were saying who's the most problematic. Problematic, I would give it 50.
So
I would
are the most problematic people. But
yeah. I remember that, DC, when 50 Cent aired out Floyd Mayweather for messing around with Stephanie Mosley that was married to Earl Hayes, and ultimately he clapped her and himself. I think that was unfortunate, but I do believe everything 50 Cent said, though. Because why was the man even FaceTiming you anyway before he unalived this woman? Okay, he clapped her first while on the phone with you. You still on the phone, and he clapped himself. I think he was on the phone till the police got there. But crazy situation. That's crazy. I think I saw that last night. I think 50 called him out for trying to push the whole Trey Songz narrative, like you've been messing with. She was messing with Trey Songz when the whole time she was really messing with you. Right. I'm not surprised. I feel like that's probably what Floyd does. But in terms of this or that, who I would say would live, it would be Diddy, because despite the fact that Diddy got all these kids, he also take care of kids that's not his. And I feel like for that alone, he may not be that great in business as some people may think, but I feel like he kind of still got some good business in him, that this fool's still relevant and got Ciroc and Revolt and all this other stuff out here.
Yeah,
but in
demon qualities.
Right. But the way 50 Cent continues to disrespect his black son, but walks around and promotes his mixed one, I'm sorry. It will have to. Diddy can live for me.
Yes. Well, okay. So I have another one. Are we ready? Are you guys liking the video? Are you enjoying thus far? Like the video.
Like the video, people.
We ready? Okay. And the next. Thump da da thump.
Oh, this is shit, it's not. You picked some really good ones that are making me have thoughts to. Who would I keep? Oh my gosh. Shit. I don't know. I can't choose. This one is a draw for me because as of today, when you say like, if I was to choose like who would I keep, which one, this or that, I feel like the part of Kanye that I love and appreciate and listen to, I have that in music. And if he's not providing it today, then it's like, whatever. Ray J, I don't care if I ever see him on another reality TV show in my life. I've never bought a speedy bike or headphones. So I'm kind of just like, it's a draw for me. I don't care. I can't choose.
Thank you, Kenya, for the super chat. Fun fact, I once upon a time was FA with freelance
Freelance.
created for Diddy's company. It was a scam, and the NDA I signed says I can say no more about that. Oh wow.
Wow.
Oh, that says a lot. Thank you for that tidbit of information and that super chat. We appreciate it. Um, I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna say Ray J. I hate to say it, cause like I really can't stand Ray J, but I feel like at least he doesn't have that weird ass voice that Kanye comes up with when he's talking to white people. Um, that's the one thing I can't deal with. Like that white voice he puts on. I hate that shit. Like don't do that. Like that's terrible. Plus he looks like he's not showering. Like something about it is just wrong. Whereas with like Ray J, I feel like at least he would give me so much material. I would be laughing my ass off. Like
Mm.
I see this rent free in my head.
Hilarious.
Like,
Mm-mm.
Um,
I'm sorry.
no, you're fine. I think for me, I was feeling how Niecy was feeling with the whole I don't know. I don't know who to go with. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Oh my God. I think I am leaning towards Ray J because I said, okay, let's look at this as far as who's the most relatable. And I feel like Ray J will be more relatable than Kanye. Kanye too far off the deep end. A lot of the antics that we've been seeing is because I feel like he know in some cases he's untouchable because he's so rich. You know what I'm saying? You can't do too much to me. You can't say because I'm a rich man. You can lock down my accounts and stuff, but he probably got more. You feel what I'm saying? So I just feel like he's not as relatable at this time as he used to be in the past. So because of that, I would let Ray J live on with his antics because at least I'm gonna get a good kiki out of Ray J. The kikis Kanye give me, it's more. Are you okay? I'm more concerned than I am actually laughing or enjoying
Yes.
it. So it would be Ray J for
You
me.
okay? Listen,
Oh, yeah. Ray J be making me say, "Are you okay too?" Though,
Right.
like the Bounty,
I have to be
you pick
honest.
these stressful ass pictures, but that's how they looking like right now.
what they
Mm-hmm.
both look like right now. Like
That's true.
tell y'all, I always say whenever Ray J colors his hair, be worried, okay? Because
Mm.
y'all remember, I told y'all Ray J popped up with Wendy Williams and orange hair in the book bag. I said, beware.
That's the first picture that popped in my mind when you said when he colors his hair. I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yes."
It's
Ooh,
So
I'm worried. But yes, and the last one for this or that, the girl Carisha and the girl JT.
Mm. I feel like that's a tough one too. I don't. It's tough. Oh, that's. I need to think. I need to think. I need to think because let's be honest. The real reason I feel Young Miami girl is hard. Bitch.
it is.
I kind of feel like I want to let Miami live over JT
Me too.
Hmm.
because Miami,
Miami funny as fuck. Like that shit when she was like, I won't even play like that. I won't even
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Exactly. Like she's
it's love.
funny. In addition to that, like okay, so Miami still allows herself to be present, shall I say, out here in the atmosphere, out here hanging out, whatever. JT a lot of times she goes into like her hiding spot, which is with her man Uzi. And it's no shade, that's who you choose. But I'm gonna go with Miami because it's like at least you didn't came up off a billionaire, whereas this fool over here going crazy with a man that was with you but turned around and assaulted his ex girlfriend while still with you. Ended up getting charges for that, but you over here praising him, my man, my man, my man. Your man
Wait,
left you
who
for
did
dead,
that?
hoe.
Uzi.
Period. So yeah, Uzi.
I didn't know
He
that.
attacked his ex girlfriend or whatever she was to him. Yeah,
Because
she
I
just
think
sent
you had somebody else or something like that, and he flipped out.
and he shouldn't be because he started messing back with JT. So you with JT, you doing your thing, but you still over here. That's
Wow.
giving obsessed. You still over here keeping up tabs on what this other girl got. You know, so it also makes me think: do you really want to be with JT as much as she wants to be with you, or are you just, is it kind of like a default situation, like she the one that was here, so I'm just gonna rock out with her because she was here for the moment. So that's why I'm like, I probably would mine would be more towards Miss Miami.
Ow.
I didn't know that. I was easily just gonna say when JT was locked up, for me it was JT. Like, damn, come on. But now that you give me the information, I guess I would say Young Miami. I guess I would. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think about how they are when it comes to their men.
Honestly, it feels like I mean, look, I'm because y'all know they won't argue with us about this. Nobody, everybody feels like Carisha's just having a good time and it's mutually beneficial, you know.
Mm,
But I personally feel like she's just a little. This one is a little bit more off the deep end because that's like a very close, just you and him thing more so than Diddy and the other bitches that she got to share him with. So
mm.
I think that she a little bit more far gone, but they both like put on the city girl persona, but in essence, they had seemed gone for whatever nigga they with. So
They regular girl. Yes, they regular
Mhm.
girls. That's the thing. That is the thing.
and that's what I keep saying, but everybody seems to think that Carisha, she's just having a good time. I'm like, girl, don't nobody just have a good time with no nigga like Diddy.
Yeah, nah, you don't. I
Oh,
mean, a
that's a
lot of women
sentence.
don't just have a good time. It would be smart and wise if we did, but that's not. I don't believe that at all. I think over time, once he gets her accustomed to a certain lifestyle, she's gonna want that forever. When she made them jokes saying we're gonna be married one day or something like that, she not playing. She laughing about it so y'all don't take it as serious as what she's really thinking in her head. But she's extremely hopeful, and I don't see that ever happening.
Because he's just never been that type. And that's the thing I feel like I don't think people are getting. This is not about Carisha not being smart enough. This is more so about Diddy being an old nigga that does this. Like,
And
being like any other young girl that would get swept
hmm
by.
And it's funny because it makes me think about young. I mean, it doesn't matter like your age or anything for real, but it's more so when you get a man that you deem to be like successful, whatever that is, and your successful could be a man that's making six figures, which really ain't a lot nowadays. But your man could be the one that's making six figures. So if you feel like, and he look good in a suit, all this other stuff, you might tiptoe and adjust to the lifestyle that he or the position that he wants you to play, and you just
Hmm.
go along. And it kind of makes me think that that's ultimately because she sat on her show more than one time. Did she say, don't we go together? We go together real bad. She really wants a relationship with him, but she's settling for the position that he got her in, and she's being okay with that. And she's trying to convince everybody else, where she really trying to convince herself that we just date and we both single, we do what we want to do, and this single life is oh so fun. And I'm like, is it really? I hope that it is, because you are getting, you got a show out of it, you got an award out of it, you just got this nice car, whatever, out of it. But is it really? Well, ultimately, you want a relationship, you just going along with what it is that he really wants for y'all, which is not a full blown relationship.
And I don't think any woman, I hear y'all in the comments, but I think a lot of y'all are full of shit. Because I feel like nobody is out here getting consistent good dick, gifts, a whole bunch of money, and opportunities to make more money and not falling in love with the shit.
Mm-hmm.
That don't even
Hmm.
sound
Hmm.
like that don't even sound right. Like what? If the sex is halfway decent,
But hold on, Bondi. Lakia in the comments. How is that projecting when people are giving their point of view on how they see the situation? What would we need to project for? I'm a little confused. I'm confused. Let's not project. Bishop, we're not projecting, girl. We over here giving our point of view of how we see the situation.
oh, I
But
wish.
you're projecting with your comment. Girl, I can't.
Yeah, that says a lot. I always
Say more
pay
about
attention to
you.
that. Yes, yes. Whenever you give your opinion in a video and people get emotionally riled up behind the opinion that you give, that's when I'm like, oh, that's embarrassing.
Listen, I had somebody try to come and be on my look. You need to heal, Bondi. I say, oh, you want to play?
Not you need to heal, Bondi.
I said, yeah, because whenever I was talking about 50 Cent, and then all of a sudden I need to heal from how men have hurt me, and I was just like, bitch, ain't enough of them hurt me. Like, ain't enough of them hurt me
Right.
for all that. Trust me, you
I
know.
mean, you can, if you see people go through similar experiences around you, it's easy to come up with those observations. Like that's the thing is, a lot of people don't move the same way by coincidence. It's generally human nature whenever you really thinking about it. Like we as people are not meant to be city girls or city boys even. And if people, I feel like people try to project that, if and if thing just to cover up the hurt or something that they've gone through, and it's easier for them to come to terms with, okay, I'll never have something serious, or I'm okay with having something fun, because then you don't have to be vulnerable and allow yourself to get hurt.
I think
And
that's
generally, whenever
very
people
valid.
do get to that point, it's because they've been hurt before. People never, I don't know anybody who's ever wanted to jump into something and just be a city girl, or just in general. So it takes experiences to get there, and they be lying if they say that that's not true.
Yeah, I just think it's a fact of like in living. Like I think that the more you live, the more you realize like sex is not something that you can just do with the same person repeatedly without emotions getting involved, especially if they are presenting themselves in a way that is pleasing to you in other ways. Like it just don't even make
Yeah.
it don't even make sense to me.
No, not when you human. That's
Right.
just how the process goes as a
Exactly.
human. And here's the other thing I have to highlight, Bondy. It's the fact that when Carisha was making these songs and rapping these songs, being a city girl, this and that, understand Miss Girl was in a full-blown relationship too, that she ended up having a child from. Same thing with Megan Thee Stallion, talking about using these dudes and X, Y, and Z, got a whole relationship going on. So that don't really be how they really be feeling. That's just what they rap about. Even Cardi B, even Nicki Minaj, they both
Yeah.
got full husbands and they be out here just going in. I don't recall a time Nicki really been single, period.
But
Maybe
Ever.
that small little cushion.
let me say this.
When?
When
Me?
her and Safari broke up and then she got with me.
Mm.
But I'm gonna say this. I do feel like there's something to be said for the city girl culture of it all because I appreciate it because I feel like it's really more so about the girls being centered on themselves instead of the mindset of let me find a husband. So let me get wrapped up in these niggas, instead of worrying about your own self development and what you got going on and what you need to do for yourself. A lot of times that's what I more so hear in it, especially with Meg, because I feel like essentially, yeah, Meg's in a relationship, but if her and Party don't work out, Meg's still gonna be Meg. You know what I'm saying? Versus the girls that thrive and need men in order to feel like they're of value.
Right, right, and that's what I feel like we in general should be getting from them songs. Like
Yes.
that's not a complete lifestyle. To
No, that's one vein of it. Like
yes,
Yeah.
when you need to feel good about yourself, when you need to work out, when you need to, get your head in the game to do whatever you need to do, you absolutely should put on the City Girls and Meg and all of them because they get you bucked
yeah,
up. Their music has its
Yeah.
place, you know.
yeah.
But you got to put your R&B on every now and again, girl.
For
Okay.
Summer
sure.
Walker, shit. I'm a Summer Walker and Janae Aiko girl.
Do
I
you
like to
hear
be in
me?
my
Don't be
feelings.
going through not damn issues.
That's the
But be
thing.
at this.
Look, I love me a good "You Broke My Heart." This is a breakup song, flexing on my ex the whole time.
Do
Babe, what
you
you want to
hear
go to
me?
eat?
I'm
Do you hear me? Girl, I will the reciprocate on Summer Walker, girl, I will sing that damn down. Okay. Constant bullshit is my number one. Like I love that. Like
That's
I
on a
don't be
newer
going through
album.
shit. Yeah, the newer album.
I'm still
I just be
playing
singing it.
Over It.
Over it is really
I'm
good.
still playing that.
It's still a, I mean, she's just good. All of them breakup songs. But that's how Mary J used to be. Wasn't most of her songs breakup? K Michelle just be singing and going through shit. Just be
I mean,
writing her
I was just
music,
about to
child.
tell you, I can't do the young girls. I can't. They don't. And it's not that they're not good. They just don't sink into me. So I much rather go listen to the old hoes. Like I'll go put on Jill. I'll go put on Erica. I'll put on Mary. I'll put on Faith. Oh, girl,
Mm-hmm.
especially for some old heartbreak. Like, bitch, put Faith on. Okay, put Faith or Mary on. Or hell, even I'll go as back as far as like Shaka Khan and them and shit. But
Mm-hmm.
and Whitney and them. Like I like like that late 80s, early 90s, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that version
Mhm.
of R&B music up and through there.
Like
Um
really real R&B, real R&B
Right,
music,
real army.
not the indie R&B.
yeah, no, like nothing and not even, and neo soul is where I kept. That's why I stopped. But these days I ain't gonna lie, I do like Ari Lennox. I do like her. I like her voice. And I like, she make fucking music, so I like that. But I ain't gonna lie, like, girl, when I tell you, I'll go pull up Sherilyn and Evelyn Champagne King, and fuck,
Okay.
girl, I'm for the old hoes. I don't know why.
Not be like that. It's a lot of people like that. They just
That's
got the
good.
vibe for the oldies music. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I wish I could though, because I really think the young girls is doing it, but I just haven't been able to like really connect to it. Even Janae Aiko, like I've seen her live, like her show is great, but I still like I don't find myself going back to it. Like I know you, I love you, I
It's
know.
because I think from what you explained, it sounds like the new girls got that softer tone, but they ain't necessarily like blowing to make you like feel, you know,
But
how
Yeah,
then I don't
sometimes,
know, Niecy. I don't know if it's that. I feel like Aaliyah had a soft tone. I feel like Maya had
oh,
a
that
soft
is
tone.
true.
And why people don't make songs like that no more? Like, what you gonna do when you can't say no? Like those type of
I really
yes.
Yeah, 2000 kind of feel
Hmm.
yes.
That was
early.
listen.
Those songs still
Yeah, their voices were soft,
so
but that was
those
good.
songs still had like I feel like more dimensions. Even vocally, like for instance, Aaliyah even has "How Could an Angel Break My Heart?" Like even she has a song where there's actual singing going on,
Yeah,
some
it was.
belting.
It was that was good.
What
Maya,
a,
Yeah,
Maya,
go ahead, by Maya.
you that was like in that softer vein, but she give you a, you know what I'm saying? Can't
She
say
makes up for it with her dancing.
choreography, bitch.
Monica is the number
Sierra.
one though. When for me, when it comes to like forget you broke my heart, all this stuff type music, is
Monica.
Monica.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
Love her.
Oh,
Yeah,
Love
she be
my
making me
fave.
feel. I
Love that
really was
woman.
like, I don't remember how old I was, but I remember watching a video for um my family and friends. They just don't understand why I never left you. I was like,
No, I know
damn,
what you're
she
talking
hold
about.
him
She
down.
did.
Why
Should have
I couldn't
known
do
but I
better than
this.
to
say
think
I
of
was like, he
you.
should have
Should have
known. I
known
was,
better.
yes,
I
yes.
believe you should have known better than to doubt me. It don't
Don't
matter if you're
matter if
up,
you're up
matter if
or
you're
down.
down. Either way, I'm gonna
Go
be around.
yes.
Yes.
It
But you
had
know
me
what?
in my feelings.
No,
And
for real.
702 was a good one. But
Oh,
it was a lot of good girls out.
Monica had Street Symphony. That was my shit too. Oh my God.
Yes,
Monica
it
had such good
was.
songs back then. And don't
And Ring the Bell.
Y'all, we keep saying this. We need to
Ooh.
make a playlist.
we do. Listen, I think when we have our next meeting, we should come together and like do the playlist that same day.
Yes.
Make a playlist for everybody. We're gonna do that and put it on here.
Can somebody be so kind to just write down the list
You know what I'm
in the
saying?
comments, the songs that
All
we
right.
probably ran through, and then we could just create
Oh
the
yeah, and
playlist.
to escape. Okay, did anybody see ya? That has to go on the playlist. Coming to
Come to my house late.
last night.
Well, I
Put
got your
your lips in
message
my
on my
speaker.
beeper.
That you wanna do everything I like. All right, all right.
Listen,
Listen,
y'all. I used to be the girl at home that would remake the video in my room.
me too,
Yeah.
girl. Thank you.
Learn the
With my
routines.
You know
with my
what?
That was me.
porcelain teddy bear.
When Brandy put out what you call them, y'all know what I'm talking about. How could not that one, have you
Yes.
that video used to be in the fucking okay on the bed staying hard as fucking braids in a big t-shirt. Okay, listen.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to the I was in a hair store today, and girl, I couldn't leave the hair store until "Sitting Up in My Room" went off, because that
That's
is my
what
motherfucking
the
song. Okay,
bruh.
that
I
is
want
my mother.
the remix. Oh my god, let that shit come on. I'm gonna be
Cause I tell me where to start.
okay.
Am
Listen,
I getting close? I have but one concern. I hope I'm saying the words right. And that concern is you. Until I'm with you, here's what I'm gonna do. Sit up in my room. Girl, that is my shit.
strawberry, thinking
Girl, we
about
need
you.
to
Thank you,
yeah, we're gonna have
Kelly
to make
Price.
that.
Listen, don't do it because we'll go forever with the Kelly Price. Okay, because
Kelly
I
was
love
good too.
Kelly Price, girl.
But
His
Brandy's 211 album is like so
which one?
fire. The 211 one she came out with a few years ago.
Hmm.
211, because I think it was for Whitney's day that she passed away or something like that.
Listen, thank you for
Mm.
that.
That
Apple
album was the shit.
playlist. All the jams are on that playlist. It's hours long. I know I didn't see
Oh,
that.
wow.
But anyway, y'all, we can go on
Yeah,
and
we go.
on about the music, but
We
we
can.
appreciate appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all, put that in the comments and we're gonna get y'all, get that to y'all at some point, girl. But let's go ahead and get into the TV talk of it all. Let's do that. All right. Bell Collective had its reunion show, girl. And
I
honestly,
almost forgot.
I feel like we got took.
Damn, I
Yes.
almost forgot.
I feel like they lied to us. I don't know whether they lied about ever thinking the baby was his,
I told y'all.
about the DNA. Because look, Carlos was like, I want you to know it was real. Here you go. Because that's real. He said in the paper. And I was just kind of, all right, Carlos, if it's real, fine. But how y'all wait 8 years to find out if this is the damn baby daddy?
Okay.
I told y'all that shit was for storyline.
But she act like she just found out about the baby this season. Remember, like not in that little
Overacting.
bitty ass. Yes, not in the little bitty ass town center that you live in. You're not gonna tell me you didn't know it was a child that was 8 years old.
Okay. She brought that to the show for a storyline, but not enough to fully embarrass her at the end of the damn season.
And then
But
Well,
the
she embarrassed
embarrassment was
herself.
really taking him back for real because I don't see him changing.
I was gonna say, Jamie, she did it.
And to me, when he told, this is the thing that I'm gonna keep saying it over and over again. Whenever a nigga tell you that ain't nobody better for you than them, please
Yes.
Please.
I'm so
Get
glad
the
you said
moving.
that. Because whenever he talked to her, that was so like nothing about what he said to her was beautiful to me. Whenever they found out the baby wasn't his, he was like, I've been with you for 17 years. Ain't nobody. And it's like, you be trying to guilt trip her into thinking that the 17 years are of value. Well, shit, maybe they are to her. If you value being drugged through the damn mud based on what she's showing us. But
Yeah.
I mean, people like Tia that showed us at any time you can leave. And at the time
Period.
don't mean nothing. So I'm like, why is he guilt? He was guilt tripping her. He really was.
He was. It was him telling her how much he loves her soul for me. When her soul has been attached to her for as long as you've known her and you didn't love it enough to do right the first damn time. This is why we're here now. So I was like, Glenn, you are so fake to me. And then follow it up with ain't nobody gonna love you like I love you type stuff. Like,
Yep.
and she
Yep.
a fool. She just I mean, if that was he listen, good luck, Miss Tisha girl. We'll ask
Like
all.
it.
okay. So with
We'll
that
ask
being
all.
said, and Jamie, yeah, no, I wouldn't. Um, that's
You want what?
in the DMs. That's given a board mission. Run.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
given. I would be worried. It's almost giving like porn star, and
Good
like
night.
Low,
think about it.
low key.
Picture what it would probably look like. Okay, that's all I'm saying. It's a penis in his hand somewhere. But you know what?
Good night.
So yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Jokes that we have between us. Okay, let's say the next part about Bell Collective was Latrice crying about Cliff.
Mhm.
And Cliff saying, first of all, I feel like Cliff is not a good guy. I think Cliff is mean to Latrice. And the way she cries about the way he talks to her,
Mhm.
and the way she talks to him last, like before last, about the way he talks to her, the way she was communicating it, I felt like she was walking on eggshells and trying to find the most delicate way to say, I just need for you to stop talking to me crazy, and I need for you to deal with your issues so that I can feel good about bringing a baby into this household, because I don't feel like a baby would be emotionally or mentally supported the way I would want
Yeah.
them to be in this household with you as you are now. And
Mm.
he's so old and set in his ways. I don't think he's going to change. I think he feels like he should just have the things that he wants because he wants them. And I think that him placating her and saying that he'll deal with whatever she decides is so he does not lose her. But I think that Latrice needs to let Cliff go, honestly.
I think that she knows he's not going to change. He's older, he's stuck in his ways. But I think also that I think she definitely loves him, but I also kind of feel like she gonna get what she can out of the situation until she can't any longer. They about to go build all these Airbnb. She done opened up her new shop. So she's gonna do that until the time that she's ready to have another child. Like by the time she's ready, or not another child, but to have a child, by the time she's ready, he may not even be ready. He may get to a point 3 years from now and be like, I'm cool. I was accustomed to not having it. We good. That could end up resulting in a divorce. And then she gonna go out there and get her somebody younger, somebody her age, and be ready to go ahead and have this baby.
That's what I want for her. I want her to find somebody closer to her age that's gonna have more stamina, that's gonna be a little nicer, that's gonna be a little bit more flexible. You know what I'm saying? In more than one way, girl. Mentally, emotionally,
Yeah.
and physically, we want him to be a little bit more flexible because I feel like you just too beautiful and you too. I feel like she's too resourceful to be over there stuck with that mean ass old man. Like, girl, that's
Mm-hmm.
what the girls do when they don't have no other options. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do when
Yeah.
you didn't know you was gonna make it.
Right.
So I just kind of feel like,
She been with him for how long now? 12 years or something like that. So
yeah,
he was probably a good, decent. He was probably a country looking Terrence Howard back then. So she thought she secured a nice looking old man. Um, I do think that once she goes to therapy, she not gonna want to date no old man no more. She
yeah.
not gonna want to date an old man at all. And I think that I keep wanting to call him Terrence Howard because of that comment. I think that Cliff, yeah, I think he believes like, what did we get married for
If
if
you're
you're
not
not gonna pop these kids out when I ask you to?
Ooh.
I do think that Latrice, I feel like because of what she's been through, she probably wants some sort of security. I said this before, and I think that that's what she gets from Cliff, and I think she's okay with that. And I think she would risk him leaving her if that's what it took. I think she's just gonna try to get what she can, like what you mentioned, until that time comes to an end. But she's not gonna leave that situation with a baby and no security. So yeah, I think she need to go to therapy.
yeah, for sure. What did you guys think of the whole Tambra Zaman and Taisha situation? We found out that Taisha had been trying to get on the show since last season. Okay,
He sounds just like her.
trying to give tea and nobody wanted it. I feel like we could tell that Taisha was thirsty, but I also feel like Tamra, you was running too hard and Damon was too bothered. So there was definitely truth to what Taisha was saying just based off of you guys' reactions.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't answer the question about whether he kissed her all those years ago. So I do feel like they have crossed the line sexually.
Hmm.
But, and I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I trust Demond anymore because Tambra is definitely bending what it is that she wants just for the sake of having a man yet again, kind of like what I was saying, or having a piece of a man, like what I was kind of saying with Miami. But it's like you didn't want to move in with him. You wanted to have a solidified engagement, whatever the case was, and then you still just kind of like went along with it. And I mean, I still think something went on. As much as she want to trust him, cool. I think that what she's saying about Tasha is fact, but also it still can exist that your nigga was on some bullshit as well. I also thought it was really interesting for Tisha and for Treese to sit up there and try and make it seem like this lady was lying about something when the whole time the person that y'all been cool with the most, Miss Tisha, has been the one that's been trying to finesse y'all and trying to get
Oh,
on. Yikes.
yeah, I think it's a play on lies. For whatever reason, I was okay with the answer that they gave at the reunion because I believed them. Um, and I also feel like when I say it's a play on lies, I think that Tasha took advantage of the fact that Tamber pretended like her and Damon had been together for 15 years. I do think that Damon messed with Tasha, but I don't think it was during the same time as Tambra. So I think Tasha just wanted to find a way to get on the show, and she's kind of like, okay, well, if you've been the main girl for 15 years, then I got something to tell you. So yeah, I think it's a little bit of both.
I was bored with it all in all. I feel like it was an attempt to make Tambra more interesting than she is. But shout out to Tambra. Because she did give this season versus how she came off last. I just really want, I just want her to calm down a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Bring it down a little bit more. I mean, even the way they talked about them living together, I feel like, does he even like her? Like, it just feel like he don't like her like that.
He said, unfortunately.
Yeah. Cause she got OCD. Nigga, you mad cause she clean?
Yeah, yeah. And she was like laughing about it. I feel like they're both settling.
It's sad. Um, was anything else interesting about any of this? They talked to JJ and So Gucci's kids. I feel like the colorism conversation, the only thing I really wanted to talk about from that was Akeisha trying to toss that shit over to Marie. Like, Marie, did you deal with colorism? Is that why you thought what I said was colorist about saying that the girls weren't, were ugly? And I was just kind of like, bitch, you really gonna sit up here and act like Marie got an issue with colorism, sitting there with your light skin and your light eyes and all of your privilege and your family already having land on it? Like, a lot, let's keep it a buck. A lot of people were able to purchase and have land back in the day when your people acquired it because of their complexions, because they were lighter, especially in Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if they were passing at some point. So, like, I think her overall ignorance of it, like, was annoying to me. Because I hate when people from Mississippi act like they don't know. Like, nigga, like, I'm from Louisiana. Stop it. So that was annoying to me. And of course, everybody's commenting Marie's nose. I already told y'all, Marie did not need to do that. It looks terrible. I don't know why she did that. It makes her eyes look cross. Just unnecessary surgeries, removing cartilage and breaking bone for no reason.
I saw the comments from 2L says I think JJ's girls got more attention because of the dancing dolls. Whenever he said that on the show, they probably did get attention because of dancing dolls, but I felt like that was deviating from the colorism conversation that D was trying to have.
It was.
Yeah, like that's adding another element to it. When D to me sounded like she spoke on things that happened specifically in the household, not really what the media was talking about.
For me, I still didn't think it was a whole lot of. I mean, I think that the young woman did experience some type of colorism. I just don't feel like it came from those girls. I felt like it was more so the dancing doll situation, like the daddy mentioned, like the girls were more popular. But I also ultimately feel like your mama is the culprit. Like, that's initially what it is. I feel like because you may have experienced it outside of the household, you probably felt the way about those girls because they were lighter than you or whatever the case was. I'm sure y'all had y'all issues because that's how little girls are. They always nitpicking at each other. Okay, it really don't matter whether you are light or dark. I do think in some cases that may exist, but in this, I still don't necessarily see it. I feel like your main issue was with your mama and how your mama treated those children and also gave them space, I personally feel, to show up in a certain way in your house, which probably was because they felt so important, not only from the public, but from your mama. They probably felt like they could disrespect you. Why the parents, and then it also goes back to them. When they saw this
I agree.
happening, why they didn't nip this in the bud at the time that it was happening when y'all saw that y'all was trying to merge families. And then we wait till these kids get older and now y'all trying to use it as a storyline on the show and trying to get some type of resolve.
They give self-involved. We so worried about what we going through as a couple that we not even really
Mm,
paying attention to
Mm-hmm.
what's got going on. Because if you notice, JJ is all about getting attention. And so Gucci
yeah,
is all about her businesses and being a certain type of
Mm.
woman. And I think that's attached to her having a certain level of self-esteem and not wanting to be seen a certain way,
Yeah.
negative or something like that. And I definitely think they dropped the ball with the daughters, not realizing what was going on. And I do feel like on some level, those girls perpetuated things at certain times. It may not
hmm,
have been purposefully, but I do think that comment about you can't use our soap because you dirty,
that was
like,
it. Hmm.
Mm.
and then one of them had a little smirk on her face, like she remembered it.
Yeah,
And
hmm, one of the
because,
twins.
yeah, one of the
The
twins.
twins seem to be the most. I don't know. They seem to be the most confrontation. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
animosity when it comes to it. Sanjay seems like,
Indifferent.
to me,
Oh,
I feel like she feels bad. Like to Sanjay, to me, I feel like she feels bad and she wants to set the example for the twins. For
yeah.
like, this is how we gonna show up for her.
Mm-hmm.
But mhm.
She the oldest, so it's up to her to take that stance. But all in all, Bell Collective will get another season. It was good. We
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed it. We hope that
Good.
come back and give us better story next season. With that being said, let's move on to Married to Medicine. So y'all, I really only want to talk about one portion of this because the rest of it, well, two, like the men and then
Contessa coming out.
Contessa coming out. That's who. Now you add something to it. But I missed the part when I was making my notes. I completely missed the part when Anila turns to Zaina, the homegirl, and tells her, "Tell the rumor." I missed that part, so I
They
didn't.
didn't play it.
They didn't play it.
At the on the Christmas party episode, they didn't play it. They
No,
saved it for this.
they said that for this episode. Okay, so I missed it this episode in the flashback. I did not see it. I think it must have happened so quick that when I was looking down, I didn't see it. And so when I did my review, I didn't know about it. But I want to say that it was obvious, I think, that Anila wanted smoke with Toya. I think that was like pretty obvious. Like once the costumes happened, the way she would go at Toya. But I also feel like Toya wore her ass out last season. Like it was out of nowhere. She was mean as hell to Anila. And so I feel like, you know, Anila probably got the cue from the rest of the women, Heavenly and them and Quad, to fight back this season. So that's what she was doing. Meanwhile, Toya is kind of over it at this point and doesn't really care. So it's coming off a certain way, but I feel like a lot of the energy Anila has for Toya is from how she treated her on that first season. But yeah, I mean, it's just messy as fuck. I feel like everybody's being messy. Anila is definitely being used by Quad. And I wish that Toya and Quad would have the confrontation because it seemed like they keep almost having a confrontation and then backing out of it.
When Quad said, "What's up?" I was like, "What the fuck? Like, what are you about to say, Quad? Where is this coming from?" I'm telling y'all, Quad got something on Toya. The way she said, "What's up?" was kind of like, "Now what you want to do?" I said what I said. What is going on?
I don't know, but I don't like it. And I also don't like that Toya, once again, I keep bringing it up. You have more energy for Audra, but you never bring that energy to Quad. Like, that's what I don't understand that. Anila, you are full of shit. Let's just be with it, keep it honest. I understand you was coming for Toya based on how she handled you last season. Not saying Toya was right or not, but girl, you full of shit. The way you sat in that woman's face and you cried and everything, and then you also lied at Quad's party and said you had absolutely nothing to do with the rumors that was coming out that lady mouth, and then you looked at the woman and tell her that she needs to back you up, she needs to help you, and then you sat in Toya's face and lied. So if Toya goes and eats you up at the reunion, then we know exactly why, because you sat in her face and you lied about that when you but here's the thing though, that's also awkward because Anila brought back up, honestly, kind of like the same way Toya brought her back up. Anila just used her backup in a more low-key way than what Toya did. Toya person was ready to throw them hands, but Anila person was
girl pushed her. Like the girl was sent there to fight Anila. Anila was just trying to spray her.
I wonder if the woman had been watching Anila the whole time and probably saw Anila tell that girl, "You need to back me up." I wonder if she was sitting in the cut watching the whole time.
They edited it out, so I wonder what the timing was with that. Like what happened first, because you know they definitely cut out all of that.
Heavenly wasn't lying. Somebody did say that. Anila is fake as fuck though. I was feeling like this whole time I was like maybe Toya did set up the arrangement to go get her house broken into. I felt like it was a possibility, but now
possibility.
Yeah, but I feel like it's the percentage of it being a possibility for me went from like 50-50 to now like 30%. But I feel a way about Anila not keeping that same energy. She sat down at the table and I felt like she tried to white woman the situation instead of actually saying what was on her mind. Heavenly said, "How you doing?" She said, where I'm going through it, you know, been taking it one day at a time. And it's like, say what you need to say. So Quad and Toya start arguing. And then whenever Jackie says Anila was speaking, Anila wanted Quad to say that Toya was responsible, but she couldn't build up the courage to hold the floor down on her own. And that's when she said, "What happened to our friendship, Toya? That's not what that was about, Anila. Say it with your fucking chest. Say what it was you think happened." So
just like when she asked about the setup, does anybody think this is a setup? That was Quad's time to open her mouth and say
that was passive.
Told her.
Yeah, it was passive. Anila don't want to.
Quad insinuated by saying she would take the polygraph, which I thought was bullshit. I was like, the fuck y'all taking polygraphs for? Like,
That
that's
was hilarious.
too much. Like, really? Shut
I'll
up.
take them so they know I didn't do it. But yeah, now I'm getting to the point to where I just can't really fuck with Anila because my thing is this: if you feel away, say it with your chest, and you don't want to do that.
I feel like she really wanted to make up with Toya, but I think that Toya has been so like mean to her that she's felt like she needed to fight back. And I think the other women have done it. Honestly, I think Quad and Heavenly probably have been in Anila's ear the entire time. And I think she's been listening to their advice. I think it's not just about the shit with Toya. It's also about making yourself, solidified on the show. This is her second season. So she has got to like boss up. And the only person that she has conflict with is Toya. So I feel like she's going hard in order to solidify herself on the show. If you, on top of the fact that she needs to kind of catch Toya back for the way Toya played her last season. But I don't know if I feel like it's fake as much as she don't want the smoke that they're setting her up to get. Because I think she often gets blamed for shit. Because, like, why is it that we talking to Anila when really we know Quad set it all up? Yeah, Anila brought old girl there, but it was Quad's party, and Quad was the one.
Definitely sound like she was the orchestrator.
Right.
And
She
Toya
she
sees
said
that.
Quad told her. She said Quad told me to invite her that morning.
Yeah.
No, I thought the girl called her and told her Quad invited me to the party and I could bring somebody. And I said, that don't even sound right if you already knew that you too could bring somebody. So you was going to bring her.
She brought her cousin. And so the other girl, remember, I think it probably was like one of them times where I'm bringing my one person and then she calls in and tells her that, oh, I'm going. So let's just all go together. I think for sure. To, go at Toya. I think that goes without saying, but I also feel like,
and then talking about she was set up. I'm being set up. I mean, maybe that is a little true. It's funny because you feel like Toya was setting up your house, or somebody was at. What did Carrie say? It's a hit out on Anila. So you was feeling a way according to what Quad was saying, as far as Toya setting you up. But come to find out, Quad the one that's setting you up.
Why is this smoke not towards Quad when Quad is really the one that like invited the girl to her housewarming party? And then when Heavenly originally told us about it, she said that Quad was on the phone with the girl. Like, and she heard, Quad and Anila and the girl was on the phone, something like that. So I feel like they kind of throw Anila in it to catch the flames, but she be being like low-key manipulated a little bit. Not saying that she not playing a part in it, but it do feel like she kind of being used a little bit like a little puppet to kind of get out their frustrations towards
Toya.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Yeah. High key.
Yeah. Outside of that, I did like the way Kieran talked to the men and asked for them to talk to their wives and, can we get them to stop being monsters to each other? Because I would never set up my family to be robbed. I appreciated his energy. I actually like Kieran. I think he's probably an asshole, but a fun one.
I don't really have a whole lot to say about Kieran. I think it was nice how he handled it, and the guys are able to just move on about their business and let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then, of course, lastly, Contessa. So Contessa had her legs cocked open with Toya rubbing one foot and Dr. Jackie rubbing the other. I'm going to just go ahead and tell y'all, I think that most of the cast secretly are physically and sexually attracted to women and just will never either say it out loud or admit it. But I think it's about half almost the cast. Jackie, Simone, Contessa, Toya has already admitted that she swings.
Oh, you think Simone too?
I see Simone more than I see Jackie.
Yeah.
Ooh, I see Jackie more than Simone to me.
Really?
I see, Jackie absolutely. Jackie absolutely. Simone, to me, both of them give off the same quality. There is a almost like a cold, muscular, rigid quality to them. And those like women are usually gay. Like I hate to say it, it's something about both of them that gives off. If I were born maybe 15 years later, I would have been with a woman or at least in a full-blown relationship at one point. Maybe not married, but I would have been in a lady pine. And Contessa has already admitted it. And then the way Contessa had him legs cocked open and the way
It
Jackie
was
and
her hand on top of her vagina for me. While the legs cocked open was one thing, but the teller for me was when she had her hands over her vagina like this.
I
Did
thought she
y'all
was
notice
trying to
that?
cover it. I thought she was trying to cover it because she had already exposed herself.
I don't know, but it
Was she trying to cover or was she trying to provide additional stimulation?
when Scott
What was
walked
she
over
doing?
and asked her, "Did you have an orgasm?" Because I know how you be. I was like,
Yes.
"Oh my god!" Um,
Wow. Wow.
yeah. So I just kind of feel like I really, really wonder what goes on when the cameras aren't around and the girls from Married to Medicine have had one too many.
Did y'all watch the after show after Married to Medicine?
I feel like I might have caught a little bit of
No.
Ashley, Andy ends up, speaking of like girls and girls, Ashley was on there with Heavenly. Andy ends up asking Ashley how her and Candace got back cool. Ashley said that they were actually on a trip together in New York and they have secrets that they will never tell anyone, secrets that they share together that no one knows. And when she said that to me, I was like,
And Ashley said
secrets like
this?
what? Yes, Ashley said that. She
I'd
said,
like to have with Candy.
she said her and I have secrets that no one will ever know, just between the two of us.
Oh
Well, I
yeah,
don't know if she said two of us, but she said
I
just
can
between
see
us.
it. I can see it.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
I can see it, and I'm here for it. Honestly, I'm excited about seeing them get along. To be clear, like I ain't gonna lie, I'm super duper excited. That one scene they showed us of them laughing and falling on the ground together, I
Oh,
cannot wait because I feel like they fought for so long. Usually, when people fight for seasons and seasons and seasons, I really be wanting them to get along at some point. Like, god damn, bitch, give me a change of pace.
yeah.
But listen, it wasn't even with Contessa. It wasn't just that massage. It was her mentioning getting a happy ending. I thought that was so crass and disrespectful. I think that because she's elitist, sometimes she doesn't recognize that. But don't do that to massage therapists. Like that's not cool.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that was odd to me that she was doing all that. I thought about that too. I was like, they professional people, and that would kind of piss me off.
I'm like, why would
But
you say
yeah,
that? If you was a man, we'd be out here with all the lawsuits. Shut up, Contessa. There are enough women that will have sex with you willingly. Please stop acting
right.
free.
In the DMs, like she said.
They be all in her DMs. Oh, okay. And so lastly, when Toya got in Eugene, so I feel like Eugene opened the door for this shit because Eugene, like, Toya think her freak number so high and it's really not because I've had sex this place and that place. And she was like, then why you marry me and won't give me the lame dick? I was floored. I was floored because I honestly feel like that's probably more so the truth. I feel like he be liking to give her that old regular at home, I'm tired dick. And she need, we out in public with vibrating panties on dick. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
I think she need to stop embarrassing him like that on TV and showing.
he should
I
have never
just hate to
did
see it.
it. He should
Especially
have
when it
never
comes to
did
sex. We just know he not doing it for her. Like
Mm,
she talks about it way too much.
she does.
But she ain't going nowhere. That nigga sweet. She love him. He make a lot of money and he know how to cook. Like that bitch ain't going nowhere. I bet
It
you
was
any money
killing
they
me
got an
though.
arrangement. I bet you any money they got an arrangement.
An
Maybe,
arrangement.
but it was killing me when she was talking about that fight she got into with Mariah. No, bitch. No, bitch.
Bruh, listen, the way she burst into tears, I was like, "Are we gonna cry about this fight again, girl? Really?"
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking the same thing.
That's how Quad was looking at her like, girl, now you know, mother, girl, it was not depressing for you. That's how Quad was looking, and I thought that was quite funny.
Absolutely not.
Toya is an Aries. Oh, that explains it all.
I believe that's right. I think she is
I don't
Aries.
know much about Aries. What are
They're
they?
terrible. They're
Mm.
terrible.
They're very selfish.
Mean.
Hmm.
They lack consideration often
Yes,
for
I
others.
love some. Like
And
literally,
don't let them be like the only child type of Aries. It's just really crazy.
I forgot. Yeah, I know one. That's it.
my
She's
Hmm.
the only
brother.
child Aries.
Yeah.
crazy.
Very much so spoiled, put their needs before yours. They do have a bit of loyalty though, I will say. They
Yeah.
definitely come
Yeah,
with
I
some
see that. You're
loyalty.
right. That's
They
so true. That's
do.
her. She loyal as fuck.
Hmm.
That's why she
Yeah,
stay around, even though all them headaches she didn't put me through.
for sure. You're right, right, right. So they do have that, but at the same time, you know, it can get exhausting. Can get exhausting with them.
Really? Hold up. Really? Really? That's interesting.
Mm.
That's interesting.
Mm.
I've learned that I may not be able to fuck with a Gemini man, but I think I can fuck with a Gemini woman as a Gemini. But anyway, moving on.
Yes, you can. A Gemini, yeah, yeah. They say those are the ones that are actually better fit for each other. A Gemini man and a Gemini woman because they better understand. Y'all have a better understanding of each other than anybody else.
Oh, shot. That mean me and Ryan from Black Ink Crew Chicago will have an understanding. Oh,
Oh goodness, he a Gemini.
yeah, he is. That's the only like male Gemini besides Kanye that I can think of right now.
I wonder what other women, female Gemini women he's dated.
I wonder. Because I know your girl Rachel is a Sagittarius, I believe.
Okay.
Oh,
What is
those are
Kit?
complimentary.
They are. Huh?
What is Kit?
Oh, I don't know. Let's look it up. Let's see. What is Kitty's birthday? Girl, does Kitty have a what you call him?
One of them Google things.
Yeah.
That's what I was
A
wondering when you
profile?
said
Oh,
you was
I
gonna
don't
look it
know.
up.
It's Kit so vain birthday. Let's see if it is gonna come up. Cause sometimes it'll come up, girl. Um, February 28th, Pisces.
Oh, she's a Pisces? Okay.
A Pisces. My dad's a Pisces, and yeah, I feel like we definitely have an understanding with Pisces. I have an ex-girlfriend that's a Pisces. Yeah, we get along.
I do think ultimately, I think Pisces are some of the dopest signs out there. I
Yeah,
think they just be like really like cool, chill, laid back, very considerate of other people. Like they just be on, you know what I'm saying? They got your back, they chill, they got your best interest in mind. You know what I'm saying? They don't ask for a whole lot.
yeah,
Um,
that's true.
Hmm.
Like that, seriously. Like the the ex of mine, like it's one of my closest friends to this day, and it's funny. Cause like my dad, like I feel like if my dad had lived longer, my dad definitely would have been somebody I called just to talk to,
mm-hmm.
Mm.
just to be like, "What's up, bro? What's going on?"
He's a Pisces.
Yeah, he was a Pisces
Mm.
and very smart, so good on the conversation. But anyway, that was Married to Medicine. I knew we would get into the zodiac at some point. We always do. But listen, before we move on to Love and Marriage Huntsville, it's 951 of y'all in this mother, and I need y'all to like the video. All right. So we're moving on to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Girl, it was the episode to shake all tables out this bitch.
Yes.
People was shooketh. So let's take it from the top, okay? And the top
So
means
much.
let's start with Destiny and Stormy. I felt like Destiny was being a child. Like I have noticed since the situation with Mel, she's childish and she gets into these very like teenager, smart aleck. I want to stump my foot and get my way type of thing. Even
Mhm.
she kept calling for her daddy. It
Mhm.
like she's really entitled and hasn't really matured as a woman yet. I don't know why that's the vibe I got, but the way she handled Stormy as someone that you can do business in the future with. And then the entitlement to feel like Stormy should have okayed her products in your store when the last time y'all saw each other, you was calling her sweetie and rolling your eyes. And the time before that, you was throwing fucking chairs at her. So I feel like there needed to be an understanding before anybody okayed their products being in your store.
Mm.
So yeah, I just feel like Destiny's really entitled and kind of young acting. Go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, she was definitely irritating. Over time, I started to see how some of her interactions with her baby daddy could have played out because of her lack of communication, and how you have to literally put a puzzle together in order to figure out where she's coming from and how she's feeling about things, because she's not forthcoming. It's like she wants people to grovel and beg for her, and it's like, girl, it's really not. It's not that deep. Chill. Stormy, that was a very nice gesture for her to bring that Gucci bag and those flowers when she really didn't even have to do that. Um, I wouldn't have went that far. I mean, maybe the roses were fine, but a whole Gucci bag to prove to somebody that you want to be their friend. Oh, girl, like And Destiny, I just hated her whole attitude, and I hated how she even made Tisha and Kimmy feel uncomfortable. That bothered me too. Like, girl, this is your store. This is your opening, your Riri grand opening. Like, you should be out here mixing, mingling, like, regardless of who showed up and made you feel uncomfortable. You want the people to purchase from your store. So go around and get to know people, talk to people, whatever the case. And she just wasn't doing that at all. Like, I just didn't, the short answer, I didn't like Destiny's attitude. And based on how she carried on, for me, I'm done.
Hmm. I have to agree. This is my favorite episode, not because of the chaos, but because I felt like everybody revealed themselves for exactly who they were. And it started with Destiny.
Mhm.
When Stormy showed up to the event with the gift, and she got turned around, and she still wanted to give her the flowers even though she was getting turned around. I was like, wow, girl, them sound baths have been working. Because I definitely would have took all my shit. I would have took the flowers and everything. Also, the fact that Stormy actually went into the event after being told to leave once and then said never mind, I still
Mhm.
would have been like, bitch, fuck you. So very good on Stormy's part. So I feel like that told a lot about who Stormy was. Destiny, attitude ugly. I think she's still gonna find a way to manipulate like she did this episode. I mentioned I wait till then. But yeah, Destiny attitude is ugly and I hate to see it. A lot of people are trying to correlate it to her crying on Instagram last week.
I know. I ain't gonna say no. I ain't gonna say I correlated. I understood because I did do a call in, and I know somebody did mention that she was trying to get ahead of the story. How when she came and did that interview with us before some stuff ended up popping
Yeah.
off on Galentine or something like that, they felt like she was
Yep.
trying to, make a better impression on herself or soften the blow for what was to come. And I didn't even think about it like that. And I had to agree because for me, I'm sitting over here like, girl, I was over here defending you not too long ago about these tears and stuff. Now, girl, I'm good. I'm good on Destiny.
Y'all remember when I was talking about Marlo and people got pissed off at me when I explained that you can't really trust adults who were children that went through hardship
Hmm.
because they don't have loyalty to people. Everything is like survival mode only. That's what
Yeah.
I get from Destiny. That's Destiny.
Mm.
Even though she cool with her daddy, she had to go through hardship. She said she was in foster care system, everything else. She showed her ass, and I think she just really wanted attention that whole event. And then the way that she acted with Kimmy and Tisha was ugly as fuck. Kimmy was like,
Yeah.
Kimmy was trying not to say, "Oh, I didn't know it was that deep," but she kept trying to use other words like, "I didn't know you felt that way." She looked foolish. So that's all I got on Destiny's ass.
Thank you, Lee, for the super chat. Child, I just kind of feel like at the end of the day, if you think that attitude is going to, propel you, keep going with it, girl. I ain't got nothing else to say about it. Um, Girl, outside of that, when Mel finally showed up, child, and that really upset her. I mean, Mel spoke to her. She said Mel didn't speak to her. Then Mel stood in the store and talked to Stormy. That whole time she watched her. When Mel finally decided to leave and go out there to check Miss Wanda, you follow behind her so you could yell to her to speak when she come in somebody's store. It was just, then the way she ran after Miss Van, I was like, girl, I'm the way her
I would
man,
have beat her ass.
girl,
I would
that's
have
the
beat
same
her
thing.
ass the way she talked to Miss Van.
My mama like that and watch you would have got laid out in front of your own store running behind my mama like you was gonna do something to her. Like what? I was so glad that lady was holding that door. That I was like, no, that lady was doing exactly what she was supposed to be doing, saving your ass from getting tore up. Cause you was gonna get tore up, ma'am, by the internet or by Melody. But somebody was gonna tear your ass up behind that one. Cause Miss Van ain't really do nothing to you like that. You not gonna just be talking to people any kind of way and think they're not gonna respond to the shit. And that's what Miss Van did. She responded. And you do lie. So I'm more likely to believe Miss Van about you lying in her in your driveway than I am to believe you. She said, and you were lying, Destiny. Okay, you're gonna have to change your attitude if you want to do better than this. And I agree. Mel goes check Miss Wanda. Y'all, my theory is that Marceau and Maurice kind of wanted this situation to take place. Like they wanted this fight to happen. So for one, they could make Mel out to be the bad guy because that's what we've been doing all season. And then for two, so that they could make it Martell's fault so they wouldn't have to work with Martell. Because I think Martell has been blackmailing them to help him throughout the season, which is why they were fighting on his behalf. And I think that them getting into it with him was supposed to be a way for them to be able to shake him off and be like, see, we can't trust you. So I don't know. But Marceau looked real suspect in the background when Wanda and Melody was getting into it. And one more thing, finally, give it to y'all. The situation about whether we're talking about kids or not. I just kind of feel like even if Miss Wanda, because I watched a little bit of Scotty and Terrence and Josiah's interview with Miss Wanda, I couldn't make it through the whole thing because I can't deal with the way Miss Wanda talks. She's barely coherent to me. But she said she was talking about when Mel had a whatchamacallit. When Mel had a whatchamacallit, my people, y'all know what that means. She had a whatchamacallit. That was supposed to be somebody else's baby. And I just kind of feel like Martell put that out. That's true. But Miss Wanda, you insinuated that the baby was not his. And then you went on to even more so like double down on it once Mel started coming at you. Then it was, I am questioning the paternity. He need to get that baby checked. That's what you said in front of Maurice. He needs to get that baby checked. So whether you initially were talking about the baby that she whatchamacallit or not, you still came up out your mouth about the paternity of that kid. And then you also mentioned how your grandkids had better hair than Mel and Martell's kids a while back. So I just feel like at this point, we can act like Miss Wanda isn't deserving of the energy she got from Mel, but I think she was, and much more, honestly, because you coming on the show that Mel got started and you're constantly talking shit. It's too much for me.
Yeah, I didn't even. Hold on, can y'all hear me okay still? I had to switch my sound. All right, but I really didn't even think that much about Wanda this episode, just because she do the shit she always do for pumping up spray bottles, spritz, and bingo chips. But yeah, I was more so annoyed at the delusion that Tisha, held. But I mean, what's to expect there? Next, I was upset that Marceau was willing to try to act delusional and dumb. Like when he said, Tisha, I gotta stand in front of you, or Tisha, don't get involved because Martell doesn't have the best history of controlling his anger. To me, I felt like that was him trying to project. Even though we did see Martell, the moment I thought about was Vegas, whenever everybody thought he was gonna hit Mel. That's the moment I thought about. But for me, I feel like Marceau walked around with so much fear and nervousness bottled up, nervous that if the situation got out of hand, he would become collateral for whatever came out of Martell's mouth. And I think that's why he didn't want Tisha to be involved. That's also why he wanted to hire Martell, because he's in this weird situation of, should I keep him far away from me or should I keep him in my back pocket? Where Tisha just be saying dumb shit and he be trying to tell Tisha, hey, shut your mouth because this is going to end our whole family. So yeah, I'm glad that Mel said something to Wanda, and I'm just tired of them playing crazy. It's like him and Marcel was arguing, did the chicken or the egg come first? If she was talking about Mel potentially having another child, another man father her child, like what do you mean? And to Bonnie's point, she's been talking about the kids' hair before, so she should have got lit all the way up.
Mm-hmm. Um, Destiny and Mel. I didn't like that Destiny was filming the entire time while Mel was in the building, but waited till Mel left the building to have a conversation or to, try and blow up. I didn't like that. If you felt so big and bad and you felt the way, you should have checked her in there while she was in there and just said, "Hey, why you ain't come to me and say something? Why you ain't speak?" You could have said that while she was in there, but you didn't. Then to come for her mama, that's when I for me, I was like ultimately done because I felt like Miss Van hasn't never said or done anything to Destiny the entire time she's been on this show. She ain't saying that wrong to you in a moment. She even came in and said, "Hey, Destiny, congratulations." So for you to come at her the way that you did, I just felt like that was completely out of order. And I agree with Miss Van when she was like, "Girl, if you want your business to be successful, you're gonna have to work on a few things, okay? I feel
Destiny
like your
giving us
business not
that.
right because you're not right." Um, that's one thing. So we talked about Mel and Destiny and the mama. I was really done. Destiny and Mel mama, really done with that. Marceau telling Tisha to not defend her mama when I felt like Tisha was kind of in the right to stand in the middle to be there because like anybody would stand in the middle. For you to tell her to not to defend her mama so that you can do it, only for you to not do it, girl, this is so foolish, and you just gonna keep being there to save face. Like I feel like Tisha is one of the people that truly saves face, just so she could say that she's still married to her long time love and her kid's daddy. But do whatever makes whatever works for you. I'm sure it's gonna pay off by the time you guys are in your 70s. But outside of that, I just felt like he was out of order. Shout out to Martell for maintaining his composure for the most part the entire time. But Marceau,
Mhm.
you was really on some bullshit for sure. You was really on some BS. I did not understand that. You was just on some bullshit. That's just the short answer. You was trying to come at Martell. You were inserting and that's the crazy thing. You didn't insert yourself to protect Wanda, but you wanted to insert yourself in the mess that was happening between Mel and I'm sorry, yeah, between Mel, Martell, and all
Yeah.
this. Like you didn't even
Yeah.
know what Wanda said, but you really did know for real, and you knew what she did say and didn't say. In all honesty, but you just wanted to include yourself in there so it could appear as though you defended her and having her back in a sense. And Tisha talking about some, oh, your mama, my mama wasn't talking about the kids. She was talking about you. I loved that even with all of this BS that was happening, Martell still had the mental capacity at the time to
Yes.
be able to give them the proper example to say, okay, well, if this was your kids and somebody said XYZ, how would y'all handle it? That's when Marceau says, oh, you're right. I do see your point. I agree. It was about the kids. But what about her dad? Like, it was like that was showing me that you was trying to come at him about something, and Martell was handling it so perfectly. And when he turned around, when he walked away and you got loud and he turned around, Martell wasn't going to hit you. He was going to yell
Nope.
at you and ask you, why are you continuing to involve yourself in a conversation you know nothing about? Maurice decided to push Marceau. And then
Yep.
he puts this video, puts to push Martell. He put this video up where he was trying to make it seem as though, oh, if I didn't get in the middle and did what I did, my brother would have got beat up. Ha ha. Basically trying to make a joke, laughing at Marceau losing his teeth or whatever, right? But it really was supposed to be a shot at his brother. But what a lot of people, for me, overlooked was the fact that he was still trying to insinuate that Martell was the aggressor the entire time, because who was going to knock
Facts.
the teeth out at the end of the day? It was going to be Martell. So for me, you guys are still trying to push this narrative that in that moment Martell was the aggressor when he really was not at all. And we know Martell may do a whole lot, but in that moment he wasn't. And y'all gonna have to give credit what credit was due. And that man was defending, hello, what a man should have been doing, defending his ex-wife or the mother of his kids, however y'all want to say it, and her mama.
Yep.
Something
Yep.
that we did not see Marceau do the entire time. So I just think that was the whole thing was an entire mess. We see Destiny and Stormy in there. Destiny still. First of all, did y'all see the clip? The behind the scenes clip that they didn't even show us of Stormy begging Destiny, telling her,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Like, oh my God.
yeah. She
I
was
was like, are you out your
wanting
mind?
them to be cool.
No, she was begging
Yes. Yes. Like, please, like, girl, yes, like, I'm for real. Like, we good. Like, I want to be cool. Like, we good. Like, I promise. Like, it ain't even like that. Like, for real, girl, I wouldn't be standing up there talking, and the whole time, Destiny up there like this, looking outside, just like, I ain't even hear you, girl. What you said? Oh, okay, because I was gonna come give your bag back to you. Because I don't really like that type of stuff, especially when somebody going around talking about they did stuff for me or they gave me a handout. But she did though.
Hold up,
Hate to say it, like, but that's what happened though. Like, maybe she didn't have to mention it, so I definitely get that. But what that got to do with Stormy? I guess because she's cool with Mel. But girl,
I
I would have
hate
stood up there
that.
and girl, hell
What
no.
I noticed with Destiny and Stormy was Destiny sat inside that beauty supply store, and I made a short about it. She sat inside that beauty supply store the entire time watching Mel and Wanda get into it. She watched the men get into it. She didn't come outside until Martell and Marceau got physical. And when she did, the only thing she contributed to the conversation was trying to direct Mel and correct Mel and tell Mel what to do. Mel, pull the car around because he can't walk that way. Get in the car with Mel. To me, I felt like she was going to use that moment to emotionally manipulate Martell, give it 2 or 3 episodes for her to be like, yeah, your ex-wife had you in that situation. Because even though Martell was right and he was innocent this episode, it blew my mind that in the previews, he was wondering how they can get back right. That's how you know that you was money motivated, and part of you was probably having regrets or either like remorse about the situation, even though you did the right thing. But I guess it don't feel too right when you ain't got no builder's license.
I'm about to play it for you so you can hear.
Weird. But seriously, I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue with you. I don't want an issue. I don't got an issue. Don't want one. I think it's weird. Weird. If anything, I think we have more in common than we have not. And I promise you, I know what you're talking about, but it ain't what it is. I promise you it's not. If you have no idea, it's not. I'm serious. I promise. Is the picture?
That was a whole bunch of stuff.
Like what? Because every time I've been on live, I've always said I don't have an issue with this. Every single time. You can run it back every single time.
And I don't have an issue with you, but you came at me sideways, and it's been too much going on.
What exactly has?
Is that your mama?
It is my mama, but I don't know why she's trying to come in here.
She was trying to make sure you straight. This is a circus. Marketing queen.
It is. For real. But for real, like, I don't think the conversation that I want to have when having too much going on. Can we please have a conversation out front? Like, for real.
Yeah, because I was about to give you your purse back.
Why you want to get my purse back?
I don't like that take stuff from people, especially now after a friend want to say that they've given me stuff.
That's so not me. I got you that purse when we first got into it.
That's the gift they was talking about?
Yes. I've been had your purse for the longest. I've been wanting to give it to you for the long. I didn't want us to get into it. I didn't. You know how I be when it be weird. Be like, what's that shade? Okay, what you want to do? Like, that's how I am.
I'm looking for it though when I don't even be giving it.
You be feeling like it though.
You know, I promise
and
you.
I promise you, like, I don't have an issue. Like, I can, like, when I say, like, where I grew up, if I get to it, it'll be like, where you want to go eat it? Let's go eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't carry that.
When you said I was mocking you, you know that wasn't it.
No, I promise you, it felt like you were mocking. Because when I, like,
oh, wait, no.
All right, there it is. Thank you so much. This cat rocks for the super chat. Stormy said Destiny claimed she lost a Gucci bag while traveling and lost luggage. I must say, because I thought you were gonna give it back to her. I feel like Destiny just wants somebody to beg her. Meanwhile, you jealous, talking about, yeah, your mama was just trying to make sure you was okay. Are you jealous? Because that was such an odd thing to point out. Any words, anybody?
No, just an utter shit show. Ultimately. And it really just made the Scots look more bad. It made me feel like, damn, Mel, I hate y'all
It
even gave
did.
them a platform, to be honest. Like, why? Why did
Yeah.
y'all? And then, it's crazy how you put people, and it never fails on most shows, right? And I'm only thinking about two others outside of this one, but Love and Marriage Huntsville, they bring y'all, help get these people on the show. And then next thing you know, they kind of turn against y'all. The only difference is Mel and them are in their fifth season and hasn't been kicked off the show yet, right? I ain't gonna say yet, but it just hasn't been kicked off the show. Then I look at like Real Housewives of Potomac and how Sharice had an impact on all of those ladies coming onto the show. And then next thing you know, Sharice is not on the show anymore. A few of them didn't like her, but I don't know if it was because of them that she wasn't on there. Then you got Mariah. Mariah had an impact with all of those ladies coming on that show. Hell, she created the show. And then next thing you know, she's not on the show, but her ex friend is still on the show. So it's just crazy. It's like, dang, they got us up to help get certain people on so they can, elevate or whatever. And then they end up turning on you in the midst of it. But
Yeah,
that's
it
how I
made me
go.
just like all the Scots. Did y'all peep how during the episode when things started getting turned up, Tisha was holding that dress together and she said, I'm about to go put on my slides. Did y'all hear her say that?
Yeah, I did, but I just thought she meant she was tired because she had been standing up that whole time with them
I
heels.
felt like she did that because she was gonna have to be on ready just in case.
Well,
Yeah, I
I
don't think
didn't
she wanted to fight anybody though.
I didn't hear her say that, but I did hear her say that this sounds like some love and hip hop or something like that. This is like
Yes,
love
it
and
was
hip
right
hop.
around that time.
But she came to Galentine's on the only person that came to Galentine's with some fucking
With
sneakers on,
sneakers.
like she was ready to fight. So that's why I'm a little confused. Now when people coming with you with that same energy, and then some, and now all of a sudden it's, oh my God, this is on some hip hop type stuff. Oh, okay. Well, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, let's move on. Real Housewives of Potomac came back,
Hmm.
and girl, we have high hopes for these batches. Let's see. First of all, Mia and the cancer situation. I don't feel like this is one of those times where Mia was like lying for attention. I don't think this is one of those times. I feel like she absolutely had like the scare. And I was with Karen, where it's like I wouldn't have got on social media, but I really do think the fear was real because I had went through something similar around the same time. So like, I just kind of understood based on what she said, it sounded like what I was going through. So I understood it in a way that made me feel like if it sounded truth to me based on how she explained it. And then when she cursed Giselle out at the end of the episode and told her "fuck you," I was like, "Oh yeah," because usually when you so mad you can't think of nothing else to say to a motherfucker, you just hit him with a "fuck you." So yeah, what y'all think about Mia?
Um, I don't know, cause me a little we a little too I don't know. I don't know whether it was for attention or whether she was genuinely going through it or not. But at the end of the day, for me, it was Giselle. Who are you and y'all
Say
to
it.
police somebody else's post on their Instagram? And then for you to ask Karen, like Karen was the designated person to have said conversation, you didn't talk to her about social media. Like I don't like that. Like it's none of your like. Don't worry about that. Like if anything, y'all should have just hit her up with some concern. How do y'all not really know what's going on with her? Don't hit her up with no concern. But then you're approaching this lady on some. Your post came off like it was a bit of attention seeking. What? Like y'all didn't even want to check on my health first. Y'all immediately go to what my post looked like versus checking on my health. So that was whack. That was whack of them. And I love that
Yeah,
she
when
cussed her out.
I did too. I did. I also have to say I hated when Giselle said you didn't talk to her about social media because, like I always say, Giselle and Robin are the Green Eye Bandits Incorporated. Like they move like they are the Potomac sorority to me. And when she said that to Karen, it was like, oh, that's not protocol. And I'm like, girl, get the fuck. Now, I do think that Mia wanted some sort of attention. I think she was probably afraid, but I definitely think she wanted attention because I feel like she manipulated a situation a little bit like you don't post John Hopkins Cancer Center and you don't know if you have cancer yet. Um, and then the fact that she was joking with her friend about it. And then whenever her mom came over to the house and said, "Did you hear any news back yet?" And Mia was like, "What news? Like, what are you talking about? Like the news that you posted on social media about?" That to me was weird. I didn't want to comment on it too soon because I would never have the audacity to question if somebody was sick or how sick they were. So that was very like assholery of Robin and Giselle to even do that. I was siding with Karen. Like I'm gonna wait and see. And if that's how she wanted to express herself, that's just how she expressed herself. But I would be lying if I didn't say I thought about her mentioning how she had like 52 surgeries last season when she mentioned lumps. I really didn't know what it was, but it just came to my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna wait and see before I predetermine what it is I think she has. But I think the social media posters like to each his own.
And that is how we feel. Ashley and Michael are getting a divorce, not getting a divorce, getting an LLC, buying a house together, girl. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think she's not leaving that man. I think she's using this as a storyline. It's not making any sense at all. Um, I just don't. I don't know. I wanted to believe it. I was really excited for it. I was really hoping that was the case. But I don't think Ashley leaving that man a LLC, and then he just really doing it. That's the other thing too, to control you. And I feel like Ashley is
Yes,
afraid. Like when the uncle, was it her uncle that was
Uncle
like,
Lump.
listen, you say who?
Uncle Lump.
Uncle Lump. So when he was trying to tell her like you need to get your own attorney because you got Michael drafting up everything, it's like Ashley's afraid to kind of push him or have that talk out of fear of the little bit that I'm supposed to be getting. He might make it to where I don't get anything or way less. It's like she's just afraid to have that conversation. So it's like either that or y'all really not getting no divorce and you using this as a storyline at this point. And getting an attorney is going to make it a bit too real or something. So, yeah.
Yeah. She said on Watch What Happens Live that they're still separated. I think she is trying to play it smart, but she is scared of him. I'm glad you mentioned her Uncle Lump saying that she needs to find an attorney because on Watch What Happens Live, Andy asked her about the prenup. He said it was 5 years, right? She said, yeah, but we've been together for 8. However, there was some language in the prenup
I heard that.
that there was some language in the prenup where she doesn't necessarily get half. So Michael isn't a dumbass. Michael probably empowers her to feel like she has to say so while she doesn't, which is probably why he's convincing her to get this property under the LLC. Because should they divorce, I don't know how the LLC will be affected, but yeah, I think she's feeling like I might as well take this house that he's getting me than to try to get one on my own. So
Yes.
Ashley ain't city girl up one like we thought she was with the 5 years.
Definitely give it -1, honestly, because if he controls the house and his name is on half of the house, even when she tries to move on and progress in another relationship, if she thought that they was going to stay in her house, that's not going to happen. You're going to have to go over there and get whatever house he got for you. And I feel like Michael probably thinks she's not going to find nobody else better than him. So it's probably going to result in you probably having to have somebody move in that house with you. And if it's part my house, that's not going down.
Right. It definitely
That's
feels like
crazy.
an attempt to control her. I think a lot of men do that. Like, oh, let me get you a house down the street, and then you can't have no other nigga in my house because I paid for it, even though we not together no more.
Hmm.
So yeah, girl, it's a thing. I hope she breaking up from him because I feel like even if it's not true about you wanting different things, I feel like she's just shown herself to be a different person. Um, now that they have gone through this separation, like even on social media, she just seems to be different. I feel like it just kind of feels like she's been freed in some way, even if it isn't 100% a divorce yet. It feels like their relationship probably will never go back to the way it was before. But with that being said, said we'll keep watching. We'll see. What did y'all feel about Sharice coming back and Robin saying she don't think that Sharice was entitled to 50% of Eddie's money, and she don't feel like any spouse
I like that
is.
she's back.
Okay, you
I
like
like
that
that
she's
she's
back?
back.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
do. I like that Cherie's back. But I kind of agree with Robin though. Like I don't necessarily think that she was entitled to half of that man's stuff. Like I do feel like he the one that worked for it. I mean, I think that keep in mind she should get something. I just don't think that she should get half because if the shoe was on the other foot and I'm in the position of the man, I don't want you to get half of what I work for. You might can get something for holding it down or whatever, helping raise the kids, whatever the case is, whatever, but not all, not half of what he got. And I agree with Robin on that. And did y'all catch when Giselle slipped up and told Ashley that the house that she got is in that Robin got is in Robin's name?
Yeah.
I
That's
was about to
another
say
reason
that.
why I don't fault Robin. So Robin, she wants this prenup. That's another reason why she probably hasn't even put a date on it because she knows she got to have this conversation with Juan, and she's afraid to have that conversation because he probably gonna be like, "Are you kidding me? Like you are part of the reason why I lost all the money I had the last time."
Right.
And you mean to tell me that you don't want to give me a prenup for me to get half? You know what I'm saying? So it's probably gonna be a tough conversation. And if they have it, it could result in them not going down the aisle, child. I don't know.
I don't like Sharice because I feel like she's just judgy, but she don't ever give us nothing of her own personal shit. Like even when she was on the show the last time, the only thing I can remember is that fucking champagne room. Outside of that, I feel like in certain situations, I absolutely think somebody is owed 50% of your income. Because at the end of the day, if I didn't work and that was the agreement in our marriage for me not to work and to take care of this household, you're not about to thrust me into fucking poverty just because you decided you
That's
don't
right.
want to be together. And I'm like 50 years old.
That's right.
So I feel like if I've been with you all this time to support you while you make this money and make it so that you don't have to worry about certain things at the household, like honestly, I feel like I'm entitled to half of this nigga shit. Like I don't know what anybody's talking about. Like I just kind of feel like, excuse me, first the fuck all, you probably wouldn't have had the job if it wasn't for me. Second of all, who washes clothes? Why do you have clean clothes every day? Why do you have food? Nigga, when the last time you went to the grocery store and bought a whole bunch of groceries by yourself and then came home and put it up and then cooked something and then washed clothes? And like when was the last time you bought motherfucking toothpaste? Like no, like there's an area of this so which you really don't have to worry about none of that regular everyday life shit. That's a job.
Behind the scenes work. Yeah.
Pay me
So
for my
then when he removes himself from that role, like once he removes himself from being your husband, right? And those were the things that y'all did within the marriage because that was the agreement. Once you no longer have to do those things anymore because you agreed to do it within the marriage, is he still entitled to pay you that because that's what you chose to do in the marriage and now y'all not in a marriage no more?
What you mean? Like
That don't make sense.
no, to get out of the marriage, we have to split up what we've accumulated together. You don't get to just take it and run off and now I'm just like what, left with nothing because I didn't work while we were married?
Yeah.
No, we're not saying you don't run off with nothing. We're just saying you're not going to get half.
But I think you should. Like, especially if you didn't
Yeah.
have shit when I got with you. I should absolutely get half. You didn't
I
have
don't think the lifestyle should change. That's the thing.
no, not at all.
If you get less than half, then the
So
lifestyle.
depending on his
completely gonna
network,
change.
it could possibly not change. If you didn't get
Yeah.
half, it could possibly still not
I
change.
feel like it depends. If he already had his money when you got with him, no, you're not entitled to half. I think that that's one of them times that you should get half of what y'all accumulated during the years of the marriage. If he had
I'm
money,
wondering,
that's just his. If you
Did
have
Kevin-
money, then that's just yours.
did Kevin Hart's wife get half? Because he damn sure didn't have it when they
I
got
don't think
started.
so.
I don't think he
But
gave
she
her half.
living
I think he
pretty
paid
good.
Yeah, he definitely topped her off and he continues to take care of her. So that's another
Right.
thing. Like he still buys her cars. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he still kind of purchases homes, like that type of thing. So that's a different situation. If your relationship says I don't need half because I know this nigga gonna take care of me for the rest of my life, just off the strength that
Yeah.
he wouldn't be where he is without me. and I'm the mother of his 2 children, I'm gonna always be taken care of, then no, I don't need half your shit because I'll be okay. But if you about to just leave me destitute out here because our kids are grown and now I'm too old to get back into anybody's workforce after 20 years of being a homemaker and not having a resume to go back out there and work with, that's what I would think about more so than somebody that got money having to give up half of what they already was sharing with another person.
And what Robin has accumulated ever since the loss has, I feel like the part that she's played on the show is brought to us by Giselle and Juan. Because other than that, it's been nothing else to talk about. So I think that's very much Juan's money as much as it is Robin's.
Do you think Juan's money was just as much as enough of Robin's as it was his?
Yes.
And he should have gotten half?
Because
she should have gotten half.
She wasn't working.
Yeah.
He was cheating his ass off. She was raising them kids by herself. And he lived with her and her people before he got
I was about to say that.
So
his parents raised.
Nigga, my people been taking care of you. The least you could do is cut me half of that shit.
You still think that she should get half of his check. And that's the thing. People keep going from half to absolutely nothing. It's not that you won't get nothing. It's just saying that you won't get half. So if it's 500,000, that's half, and you got 300,000, that's still not bad. You see what I'm saying? It's like I'm not gonna split it down the middle with you and give you 500,000 because I still had to put my time and energy into this as well. So I'll give you 300,000 if that's what it all is, and then I'll take the other 700,000. Then folks say, give me 4. You will get 40%, maybe you'll get probably 40, but you ain't finna get 50. But that's just but my mind may change, but that's just what I think right now.
I feel like if I was with you when you ain't have shit and you got on during our relationship, the way I pour into a motherfucker, no, I want half. And I'm not even just saying that from the standpoint of his shit. I'm thinking about if me and him, like my husband said, right, if me and him break up, we're gonna split this shit down the middle, like, because we literally grew it all together. So we're gonna split this shit down the middle. I'm gonna take half, you can take half, and we're gonna go on about our way. Like that, to me, that's fair, considering the fact that we both put into this situation, regardless of the fact that,
and that makes sense because it's case by case. Whereas initially Robin didn't put half into that. And in all honesty, one wouldn't be able to even contribute to any type of storyline had she not gotten on this show. So at the end of the day, the check is cut to Robin and he benefited. And I'm sure him getting a job was honestly off of the strength of Robin being on this show. Because he had been wanting to coach. So I still don't think he should get half of her money if it's $1 million or $2 million. He should get a smaller percentage and send him on his way.
Even though she spent all his money.
Right.
I do think one is going to combat her on that. I do think. So if she wants to cut him a check for what he may have lost, then if that equals up to half, then cool. And if it doesn't equal up to half and it equals up to 30 or 40%, get that man his change.
And then send him on his
way.
You remember she wasn't paying taxes either. So it's just crazy to me that the person who would, put a relation through the most amount of financial stress is talking about, when I leave, you not, right. And it's like we've been through so much financial stress because of you.
Money.
I do understand it.
They got a divorce and never moved out. And then, like I said, we keep forgetting. Like, I feel like Robin is full of shit because Robin would have felt entitled to that man's money if she had not gotten it all taken away with her bad business dealings.
I can see that too, because in honesty, she was entitled enough to give the money off to whoever she gave it off to for them to lose the money. I think, I'm still going with a percentage and I'm not going with 50%.
But to your point, Jamie, whenever I understand where you're coming from, because whenever I think about like Candy and Todd shouldn't get 50%.
Todd not getting half. He
should be gone. He should leave with a condo and maybe a business or two, maybe a restaurant.
I think he should get half of what they've accumulated together in the marriage, and then whatever Candy had before is Candy's, and whatever he had before is his. But they've done so much together. I feel like it would be, how would you be able to quantify? You know what I'm saying? you would just have to split it down the middle in order for it to be, he's still not getting half a candy.
Nah, Candy gonna figure out a way to quantify, because I guarantee you she not gonna let him get no money off of nothing that she's done prior to meeting him. And even with that, I feel like she gonna let him get a small percentage of what I feel like she probably would let him leave with his businesses, right? And then she may get him maybe $1 million. There you go, and I'm gonna go on about my business. Be okay with that.
I think they'll definitely just split everything they've already accumulated within a marriage down the middle. And that includes the businesses, the homes, and whatever money they made, because some of the stuff that they do, you know what I'm saying? Like the plays, producing stuff together, like spending money out of both of their joint pots towards something. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's why I'm saying they would split whatever they did together. And then Candy would still have whatever she had prior, which is her Grammy stuff and, her money from, all of the songs and stuff that she's already written and things of that nature and things that are outside of their, marriage. But that makes sense. But if you've been somebody's housewife for 30 fucking years and you've not worked because they didn't want you to work and they wanted you to be at home making sure that they had everything they needed, and then all of a sudden we come to the end of this shit and you decide that
Quincy mama on Love and Basketball. What was she supposed to do?
Yeah, like whole thing.
Juvie.
Holding back the years. But yeah, all right. So listen, I think we're all saying the same thing, because essentially, Jamie, I feel like you're coming from the standpoint of ain't nobody about to take half of my money. And Jamie, I don't think any of us are saying that. But we saying like Sharice being with Eddie ass from like, they 20s and he ain't had shit, to being old as hell with grown kids, and what's she gonna do for work?
Like she should have been doing for work when she was with that nigga. Like, why she ain't put no money up?
Nah.
She should have been doing for work then. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know.
I mean,
feel like she gonna get something. She just not, and she got the kids. So you gonna get that money, a little bit of alimony. You won't have
the game. Oh, she should have been working the game. Let's remember what the wives have to do and deal with.
She should have been a decorator. She should have been out here doing some real estate, doing a little
Instagram boutique.
Look, not too much, but enough to get her on and also be able to say, I still make less than him, Your Honor. He need to give me some coin.
It's some black lady shit, because white ladies be like, no, bitch, I'm gonna
they do.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Finna eat him up. Like, she's definitely finna get money. She gonna get her coin.
About my way, and I'm gonna keep your last name, nigga, because we was married for 30 years. Like, ain't nobody give me my money and get the fuck out my face, Shawnee O'Neal. Like, I'm sorry, Jamie, you could do this, girl. That's you, but I'm gonna be one of these old hoes when it come to that. Nigga, if I didn't been laid up all these years dealing with you, you've been cheating on me, especially Robin. Robin took care of them kids by herself, girl. Run me my money, nigga.
I mean, that's just my thoughts. Like, I mean, if I'm in a situation, I'm sure to be different, right? If it's me making the most, it's still you ain't getting my money. But I mean, I might be over there trying to dip in his coin. Like, I'm gonna see how far they're gonna take it. I mean, I just pushed for half to see if y'all was gonna give it to. Oh, y'all only gonna give me a little bit. Okay, I get that small. I get that 20, 25. I thought I was pushing for 50 to see what y'all was gonna do. But
listen, I'm gonna have my money on the side, and I won't have for this whole money. Like, the fuck? Yes. All good women have a little fun on the side. Yeah, I'm gonna have my fun on the side for a rainy day. If this nigga ever decide to up and leave me, for sure, I ain't gonna be out here desperate. But when it comes time to divorce and break up these motherfucking assets, run me my check, because my name on this shit too. Okay, that's how I feel.
We gonna see. But
Robin do sound like she just traumatized from what happened with
Well, maybe she was speaking from a place of not really wanting to be broke again.
Oh yeah,
which is why she feels like he shouldn't get half of her money.
Absolutely,
it's tough when you the reason why y'all was broke in the first place. Ooh, ouch.
That's true.
Anyway, girl, I feel like, do we really want to talk about Mia? Because I feel like Mia, her friend, she put it out there online that her friend had a domestic violence situation, and I was just kind of like, girl, we don't even know her yet. can you wait for us to like know who she is before you posting videos that her
Right.
sent to you of her fighting him? You know what I'm saying? Is it just me?
Nah, it ain't just you. She
No.
trying to go ahead and start a hate campaign on that lady before the season even gets started. Like, that's
Yeah,
Like,
stupid.
she's
That was your
right.
best friend. That's whack.
it's
They
whack.
introduced way too many people to us, actually.
I was glad. What's her name? Wendy and Candace got in her as though and told her to take this
Oh
down. Like,
wow.
take that down.
Who
Candace
told her
said
to
that
take
her
this?
man, Candace and Wendy. Wendy called her out saying, "Not you over here talking about some hashtag domestic violence awareness when you sat up there and threw a whole drink in my face."
Uh-huh.
And then Candace was just like, "Yeah, you need to chill. Like, what if somebody posted your vulnerable moments on social media without your knowledge? Like, that's whack."
Mm-hmm.
It is. She said we've all thrown a shoe at our baby daddy. I'm like, haven't we? Haven't we all? But yeah, this was messy and we don't even know her yet. You clearly hear her reference being cheated on at the end of the video. You cheating, I'm throwing shoes. Okay. All right. And the lady said, forgive. She said, forgive yourself for your past transgressions. You know better now. Accept that you will fall short at times and may stray away from your values. What matters most is how you use it to do better next time. Offer yourself another chance to get it right. Okay. I know that's right, girl. Mia out here judging people. She ain't right. She is not
Mm.
right. Okay. Anyway, what y'all think about Wendy doing business with Peter Thomas?
I kind of was a little sketch, right? But based on the small percentage she would put into the company may not be as bad considering the fact that he does still have bars open in Miami, North Carolina, and I believe in their area. So it may not be a bad thing for her to get into. But it sounds like Mia ain't even got the I'm not Mia, but Wendy don't even got the 300,000 because it just sounds very steep. I don't know, but I mean, if she feels like it's comfortable, put the 300 in there. It's gonna be 2 to 3 years before you actually see a return. Cool. I don't think Eddie is going to go for that because she already struggling balance and stuff, and I don't see her stopping adding more things to her list until she sees how it affects her kids.
Ooh, you're right. Yeah, I was just gonna say, Wendy, just put your money up. We're not about to turn this into a library slash hookah lounge. That was crazy to me. So
Right.
I think it'd be
And
cool if she just
daycare.
put her, yeah, just invest, and let Peter and other people do the work. Don't add any more to your plate and upset your husband who's already been supporting you in like the 50 million endeavors that you decide to take on, and it's affecting your family.
Now I want to add to that and say I am, as I'm thinking about it, I would try to invest maybe even less than 300,000 because I remember an article came out about Cynthia suing Peter because she too invested in some type of restaurant that he had, and I guess it didn't go anywhere. And in order for her to get her money back, she had to sue him. But then Peter turned around and did an interview with Carlos and said that he sent her that money like that. He already had it in the account. So I mean, I don't know.
And yeah, that
Just
was right after the
choose wisely.
divorce.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah, I
he was like
remember
he sent
that.
it over there, put it in escrow or something. Boom, she got it real quick. So he had the money the whole time. So maybe Peter not broke. I mean, I just I
He
don't
seems to
know.
be doing okay.
Just put maybe 150,000 in and see what you do.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. And I always hear with restaurants and places like that, if they're going to close, it's usually within one calendar year. So it's no way I would put in 300,000 and wait 2 or 3 years when you could lose
Right.
300,000 in a year.
Yeah, for sure. That's very true.
All right, y'all. I'm done with Real Housewives of Potomac, girl. I have nothing else for them. But in Housewives news, I do want to talk a little bit about Lanithia. Okay, because Lanithia, talked to us and told us, and I'm not gonna play it because I don't feel like it. But basically, Nene said that her son had a stroke and a heart attack. She's thinking about closing her lounge.
Mm.
Um, it's just a lot going on for Nene. She just had a BBL. She got a 30-day challenge going on. It's just a lot. It's a lot. I'm sorry about her son. I feel like that's a lot to deal with, especially, just a year after Greg passed away. So that's like a lot. I feel really bad for her. I think she has a lot going on. And it just seems like a lot, y'all. Every time we see her, it's something else.
Mhm.
But what did y'all think about everything going on with Nene right now?
I actually feel bad for Nene because I feel like Nene has been going through it for at least 3 years now. She started off with, Real Housewives of Atlanta, still going through that whole contract situation. Of course, we know Greg passed, as Bondi said. And prior to this incident happening with her son, he actually had a car accident over the summer. So for him
Oh
to have a
man.
car accident over the summer and then turn around a few months later and end up in the hospital with a stroke and a heart attack, like, and
Mm.
he was like only 23 years old. Like, girl, that is a lot to deal with. She's already had to close businesses at the early part of the year or the end of last year. And then here it is, she's thinking about closing yet another line, like another business, this lounge that she was so proud of, and something that it seems like she was giving off to Brent for him to manage it. And when I went, I know he was in there, doing his thing or whatever he was doing. So I'm sure she relies on him a lot with managing that lounge. And if she can't be there, he can't be there. Obviously, she's not trusting the other son to do a whole lot. It leaves her in, you know what, maybe I should give this up. Oh, and then she been trying to sell her house, right? The house that Greg passed in. She been trying to
Oh
sell that
yeah,
house
that's
for the
right.
longest. So Nene got a lot of stuff going on. And the sad part is I feel like this would have been a lot of stuff for Bravo to capture. But at the same time, had she not been going through this with Bravo, I feel like some of this stuff would not have happened. As far as the closing of the shops and stuff, the wanting to close Lanithia Lounge and all of that. So it's sad though. I hate that for Nene.
Very much. I feel for her. Life be hard, shit. And I'm just thinking about her having lost Greg and then imagining that she could potentially lose her son and be like literally the only one outside of Greg's kids that he had prior to her. Um, wait, she got
She
another
got
son,
another son.
Greg?
She got an older son. Mm-hmm.
You did just say that. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
even know. I've never seen him before. Um,
Yeah, she got a granddad. I think his baby
oh,
mama keep
that's
coming out
Who
talking about her.
I remember him now.
he stole
I
out?
remember him now.
Mm-hmm.
What, Bondi?
I say, remember he stole out of Walmart that one time?
Yes, I remember him now because
Bryson.
she was a grandma. That's when she said she was a grandma. That was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yeah, either way, that's her baby, and I know that's probably tough. I know she tired, so yeah, I'm gonna pray for Nene. I wonder how the boyfriend is handling all this because it's been a lot over the past even year, and I'm wondering what their relationship is like.
Me too, because I'm thinking about how Greg is her best friend and how she always went to him about stuff. So
Yeah.
I do wonder how is that relationship with him when she going through it. That's a good question. Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, one last thing to talk about with the housewives. So we saw some stuff going on at the taping for Real Housewives of Atlanta. There was a party. I'm not sure who threw the party, but we know that Candy was getting into it with somebody, and apparently Sheree and Martell may have had some words back and forth with Kenya. Um if I'm not mistaken, and then Ariana, yes, because this is what I was looking for right here. Child, that face tune is something else, ain't it?
Ain't it?
It is.
It is something
Definitely
else.
something
Every
else.
time we see her, she look like a different person.
Right. And she already pretty. Like, you ain't got to do all that.
She don't.
Right, you doing too much.
Look,
No snatch. She got Marinos.
right. Ooh, I hate it. Hated it. But anyway, girl, they didn't let Martell on Real Housewives of Atlanta. What we gonna do, Jesus? I feel like it's only gonna get worse from here.
She done got over there before Melody.
Right?
Because people was talking about that for the talking about it for the longest.
I forgot that Sonya was stiffly twerking on Ross during the party. I forgot. I'm sorry, y'all.
Mhm.
Cause she stiffly twerks. But yeah, so obviously Real Housewives of Atlanta season 14 is popping off. I wonder if all of this foolishness will make it to Real Housewives of Atlanta. That would be very, very interesting. But to take it away from the TV shows, let's go ahead and get into some gossip. All right, girls. So y'all heard Stormy talking about the plates. Y'all heard her, judging people plates. And the rest of the crew over there at TGIF had Stormy on. Stormy has been doing a press tour ever since her plan for world domination, ensued with the plate talk. And now she's gonna, make money off of low vibrational barbecue chicken plates. I'm trying to understand, y'all, how somebody like have all these fucking interviews and like articles in Rolling Stone and shit about telling somebody that they plate is ghetto. Like, what is going on? Fuck it, I even read it for filth. It was very entertaining. But she just doubled down on it and said that, at the end of the day, she is half ghetto and she is half royalty. And her plate was ghetto and it was low vibrational. And Tammy need to stop eating all that bread, is what she basically said.
I have nothing to say. It's Stormy's low vibrational within itself. Like she's just low. Everything about her is low vibrational. In all honesty, so I mean, I don't even understand why people continue to give her a platform to discuss something that really could have been so small, and they just made it so big, and they made it so much of a thing that every time you hear low vibrational, you're gonna actually think of her. So it's actually working in her favor. It was trash. I was paper plates. You over there sucking on your fingers and stuff. You over there dictating to what somebody else doing. Like the whole thing was just
Not
stupid.
paper plates.
Low vibrational.
Yeah, it
Phone
was.
plates. Like that's just sad. And this is her thing. This was her retreat. So you these people for these phone plate dinners.
It's the lies that she was telling, saying that she spent all this money on a caterer and she didn't know what they were going to bring. Like how you spend racks or whatever you spend on a caterer and they don't tell you and do the entire breakdown of what's is going to be, and you get to choose probably, okay, do you want silverware, do you want plasticware, like what is it that you exactly want? I wouldn't be surprised because I wouldn't be surprised if they gave her that rundown and she chose the cheapest of the few so that she can, probably hold on to most of the money. But everything was low vibrational.
And what you mean? Why is Dr. Heavenly back in Stormy? You don't see the similarities. You don't see the Florida.
I don't know if Dr. Heavenly is really backing her, because we know one thing about Dr. Heavenly, she gonna get on that platform and she gonna drag you, and then when she get in your face, it might be slightly a little different.
I think she interviewed her.
She did. She did interview her recently, where it probably came off as though she was backing her. But does she really? Give her a few months and she gonna really be telling you how she feel?
We'll see. You're right. April B, thank you for the super chat. Stormy is one SEC investigation from being Stormy Madoff. Magnificent. Scam. I got it. Thank you.
Stormy has the personality of like a cult leader to me. And I feel like she knows how to make interesting conversations. And she knows what she's doing. It's like so crazy that you could trend off of calling something low vibrational while having barbecue sauce all in your nasty ass fingers and stuck in your fingers. Because I was thinking the same thing. That read coming from Funky, like I was, yes, here for it. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Right. And the whole low, like girl, y'all eating barbecue. That's low vibrational enough. Ain't this supposed to be like a women empowerment? Like it's supposed to be some type of classy baseness going on. And you over there eating food that's gonna make you suck on your fingers. Like, bye.
Good night. Moving on from there. So y'all, Joe Budden. I haven't talked about this, but the story has been floating around, and it's that Joe Budden boldly told the story about a time that he pretended to put on a condom with a young woman and did not. Okay, and it's giving assault, and I just feel like it's so weird. He's not the only one, but there are so many of these men that get online and like talk about the things they've done that are illegal to women, and it's just like this attitude like, yeah, I did that shit, and
I can't believe he said that because it's been very clear. I don't know when a lot of states made it illegal and basically dictated it as RAPE.
Right.
But knowing what you know in 2022, what type of damn flex is that? That
Like,
is so weird.
weird.
And I feel like he is I don't want to say victim, but he's falling I'm gonna say it, he's falling victim to these damn male podcast barbershop ass conversations. But it's fueled by the internet, and y'all are trying to see who can headline or who can be the biggest ass. And I think that's all he thought it was gonna be.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm disgusted. I couldn't believe I mean, like, a lot of people were trying to defend him by saying, oh, he was joking. He was joking. Like, that's the thing. Y'all never really hear what a person's saying because they have the quote unquote LOL behind it or they had the little chuckle. Like, he was dead ass serious at the same time with what he said. And I just think that's ultimately whack. Like, that is just so whack for any man. And I can imagine how many men heard that and laughed and was like, yeah, bro, I just did this shit last night. Like, what kind of is that? I
Mhm.
just hope you be ready to, should this woman end up finding out that she caught some type of disease or something from you, I just hope you're ready for the consequences that's going to be to follow. You feel what I'm saying? Because you decide to remove that. And then it'd be crazy because some of y'all do that, right? Get a woman pregnant and then be trying to run from the responsibilities. But it was okay and it was cool for you to do that when you did it, right? That makes no sense to me. Like, y'all are very dumb.
You 100%
Yeah.
right about that, because they sure in the fuck be running from taking care of them damn children, talking about, I wasn't trying to have no baby with you. Oh, but you sure in the fuck took the condom off or pretended like you didn't, pretended like you put it on when you really didn't. And he was like laughing about it, like, yeah, I would go in the corner and pretend like I put a condom on and I really didn't. Ha ha ha. Like, that's what I'm talking about. He was saying it like a joke because it's funny to him to do something like that. It's not funny to the person that he could have possibly gave the uncurable STD to, or the baby. But anyway, world. Outside of that, I wanted to move on to the divorce of it all. Okay. Cynthia and Mike have called it quits. Tia and Corey have also called it quits, amongst like at least 3 other couples that we know of. But these are the main two that were a little bit of a surprise, a little bit of a shock, maybe a little bit slight. I don't know. But with Corey and Tia, it seems like they might be getting back together based off of her saying that she loved him under a post where he posted some hearts. And Mike just put out a speech today saying that he and Cynthia have decided to call it quits, and we're not surprised because Mike Hill out here with the girls down to the bar wrapping their bodies around his body and shit. So that may not have been what happened, but I feel like it was the tone that he probably couldn't be just with one person. It was a little cute, a little cute 2 year, a little cute 2 year thing.
I don't think that they were between Tia and Corey. I don't think that the hearts meant that they were going to get back together. What I think this is sarcasm. I think that Corey is. See, that's the thing. I feel like Tia probably has been complaining about certain things in a relationship, or she's felt like she's gotten the short end of the stick in her relationship. And the only reason why I feel that way is because she's been with this man from the time that he had nothing, right? And part of me wants to think that she's probably gotten more mature and now she wants different things in her relationship that she probably settled on earlier on, right? So for her to say that she's ready to leave, to Corey, it's like, girl, where you gonna go? Kind of like how we said about Glenn. I'm not calling this man Glenn, but how he said, ain't nobody gonna love you like I do 17 years.
Yes.
To me, this is what that comment was giving. Because whenever Tia posted and made the announcement, he posted in response, and this is the day they announced it. He said, acting on emotion gonna cost you every time. That to me told me that to him, this was just an act. And every day since then, Tia has been posting, just fine Mary J. Blige type
Yes.
vibes
I'm
on her
free.
Instagram. Yes, I'm free. I choose me. And with Corey being such a private person, I feel like he thinks this is a lot of theatrics for social media. So whenever he commented those hearts, it was kind of just like, girl, do what you gonna do. And she was kind of just like, I love you anyway. That's my point of view on it.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like the fact that she's posting this Mary J. Blige type of just fine, 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 fine. All of this is giving the same girls that be on social media dragging nigga this, that, and then turn around and be right back with that nigga. So for
Low
me,
key.
I can't say that she's fully gonna leave him. I don't know. Yeah, the divorce could have been put out there to get his attention or something. We'll see. At the end of the day, I want Tia to do whatever she thinks gonna make her happy. I'm gonna love and support her anyway. Grew up with Tia as far as watching her on TV since Full House. So whatever she want to do, I'm rocking with it. But I do have a question. With this divorce happening between Tia and Corey, do you believe that he deserves 50%?
No, I
What they
don't.
accumulated during their marriage?
Do you believe whatever you want it to be?
No,
Do
yeah,
you believe he
Tia
deserves
has had
50%?
money for him. So I feel like Tia probably has her money for her and her sister, but sister money. No, I don't think he's entitled to sister money. But whatever she done got from her little Lifetime movies and shit while they've been married, yup, they got kids and everything. He gonna have custody too. Shit.
What you was gonna say, Niecy?
She already got a prenup.
That's what I'm saying. I figured she had.
And yeah, she has a prenup, as she should, because if you think about how old she was when they got married and where she was in her career, I feel like, well, I don't even know if I want to say majority, but a big load of her money came from before they were even married. They
Right.
got married when she was 30 years old, but she was with him for 6 years before that. I don't think that he's entitled to that money, but from them being married forward, yeah, I do.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm. No, Corey. No, you do not deserve that lady 50% of her coin. You can get a piece, but you don't need to get that lady a whole 50% even after y'all was together and married. Because also, I'll have to put it in kind of like how y'all were saying, like like if I ain't had no job and all this and that, it's like, well, she was taking care of you, like she helped you out. So why you need half of her money now when she was looking out for you when you ain't have it then?
I think it's more so,
So
it's not about
and
like giving him half of her money. It's about splitting what they have accumulated together in the time. So what if they have houses that they've both put their names on? They've both been
yes,
putting in
yes,
the
yes. The
pot.
assets that I get that part. I was just primarily talking about like the financial part, like just like the money part. But as far as the houses y'all accumulated, yeah, y'all split that up 50%. If y'all got 5 houses and you want to get him 3, keep 2 or whatever, that makes sense.
I feel like essentially he's not getting 50% of her overall, you know, income,
Money,
but he's
right?
getting,
Not income.
yeah, it's not the whole
No,
thing.
I got that too.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
just
So in
saying,
my mind,
period.
it's still not that much because she
Hmm.
probably, like Niecy said, made the bulk of her money before they got together. So I guess that's why for me, and plus, acting is hard as shit. Who knows how long All American Homecoming gonna be on before Corey got to get another job?
Well, I hope it's on for a very long time. I like it.
I do like that show. Do you watch that? Do y'all watch the All American
I
shows?
do.
I
I
like it.
stopped. I feel like I missed a couple episodes, and then
Fell off a little bit.
I yes, the show moves so damn fast.
It do move fast. I gotta rewatch the episode from this week because they just came back this week. But lastly, y'all, before we jet out of here, another couple that has broke up. Sadly, y'all, the nasty older man
Not
that was with
sadly.
his goddaughter, his 18-year-old goddaughter child. They are no longer together. Mike Huckabugger said, listen, me and Deja is no longer together. I am not explaining what happened. It is what it is. I tried to see if I could find anything
Hmm.
because I don't know. But it feel like it might be cheating of some sort. This is from September 12th. This is from Deja's page. She was like, soon as I put you hoes in y'all place, y'all want to run to Mark Ugly but why the Would I not go half with my husband that's 3 times older than me? It's called being in a marriage, something you O's will never know anything about. Stop depending on and get y'all a job. Girl, you just say anything. Like, I hate the way she just be so hell bent and upset behind shit that somebody else put in her head. Like, it's always his ideals that she's upset about. Because at first it was, oh, he take care of me and he take care of all of these bills and all of this. And now you talking about you going half with a nigga 3 times your age. If I'm going to lay up under that ugly, nasty, crusty mouthed looking man, child, okay, that nigga gonna pay all these bills. That's the only reason you be in a situation like that. What kind of color purple shit is this where you gotta pay half with him?
Yeah, you
Girl,
could have found somebody your age if that was the case. Shit, build
and he
together.
probably cheating. And he probably cheating too. Probably fucking around with other little young girls that need a little $50 thrown their way for their hygiene products and shit. It's a mess. We glad they broke up though.
I don't know if they really broke up. I'm not sure. I did see some people on social media saying that she has a song that she done dropped, so they probably trying to promote it.
Oh my
I
goodness.
can't really tell. And also, it's giving this man has mentally effed her for such a long time that if he came back and wanted to be with her, I feel like she would go along with it. But I did find a post that her mama made about him allegedly. So let me tell y'all what she said. She says the MF put Deja out because she wanted to finish cosmetology school instead of working to take care of the household and his kids. He done went in debt. That's why he trying to sell his raggedy cars. The other day, that's why he's trying to sell his raggedy cars. The other day, everyone know your fat ass is not about to sell both of your vehicles for a damn bike. By the time you get to the stop sign, you'll have a stroke, you big BIT. That girl got tired of you using her. That's why you don't want to publicly speak on it. Notice how every time Deja go live, she looks miserable. Now you made her life a living hell since she had the baby. Now she's useless to you because she wants to do something positive, which is what teens do in school. She says, and not take care of your big egg body ass no more.
Yikes.
Then she says,
big bitch.
she says, tell the world the same way you told the world when you married an 18-year-old. She says, just how you bragged and boasted about that. They want to know the outcome. So tell them what the outcome is. She says, God do not like ugly. You turned her against all her family and is biting you in the ass now. Hug a buck.
Child.
Okay, her against all her family.
Y'all, that's so messy. But before we go, what is going on the internet, you guys? It seems as if DJ Academics was in some altercation. Hold up. Oh my God. Before we go, you guys.
Oh, this is hot off the press?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. DJ Academics explains what led up to an altercation that he got into. Who was he? You might. Yeah. You muted, Bondy.
Thanks, y'all. Looks like DJ Academics was involved in a heated altercation after apparently recording an episode of Fresh and Fit podcast. This girl looked drunk. So he's screaming at this one girl, and then she swing at this other girl. And then he came back and said, my girl was getting in a fight and was drunk. I was stopping 2 women from fighting. She got mad because women were coming up to me in a party taking pics. Oh, wow.
That didn't seem like, no, that's not what that seemed like. He had too much aggression.
That's not what that's.
to
He Yeah, I mean, it definitely looked like something happened with the girl and probably somebody else, but I still feel like there was a better way he probably could have handled that situation because then it looks like him and her getting into it.
It does. Okay, so that was the first thing I saw, and then everybody saying that Nikki is getting into it with everybody.
Well, she just upset at the time because they took her super freaky girl out of the rap category for the Grammys, put it in the pop. So with it being in pop, it's gonna make it difficult for her to win against the other artists that's gonna be in that same nominations list. So she feels like if Super Freaky Girl is a pop song, which it is, a lot, girl, don't let me go on a rant about that. But Super Freaky Girl is definitely a pop song. So she feels like if Super Freaky Girl is a pop song, then so is Big Energy by Lotto. So why is it that Lotto gets to stay in the rap category, but I got to be moved to the pop category, which is going to make it difficult? And she's like, I'm okay with being in the pop category. I just want y'all to be fair about it and just make sure that Lotto is also put in the pop category, which I feel like Big Energy is kind of, I think that is a pop song, especially when you add the Mariah aspect to it. Like, it's still a pop song. And I honestly feel like Big Energy should be in the pop category, not just because it's a pop song, but because the thing stayed on the charts for like 48 weeks. So I'm like, yeah, I feel like rap songs don't really stay on the category like that long.
You muted, Niecy.
Oh, I said I think it's because of Nikki's history and her influence in pop culture. When I say pop culture, I mean the white people loving her. We talked about that last week, how she was putting out nothing but pop for a long time, whereas Lotto is newer, and I think she still has more rap songs than pop at
Well,
this
hold
point.
on. I'm sorry, Niecy Bondi. Go to Twitter real quick because Nikki and Lotto going at it right now, or at least Nikki is coming for Lotto.
Okay. On Twitter, like
Go to Nikki's page.
on Nikki's page. Okay, I'm loading now. I'm loading now. Come on, internet. Hope I am not blocked. Okay.
Oh shit! It looked like it started on Lotto page first.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Okay. I see they posting it. Hold up, let me share my screen.
Ooh, come on, Lotto. Lotto been real quiet, but she been real quiet for a long time.
Okay.
All right, go click on Lotto's name. Click on her name.
Okay.
And then scroll down, and then you're gonna see where she retweets Nikki right there, and then she responds to her.
Okay, so let's read what Nikki said first.
So Nikki says, this Karen has probably mentioned my name in over 100 interviews. Says she waited in line for Pink Friday with her Barbie chain on, bangs, pink hair, but today Scratch Off decides to be silent. Rather than speak up for the Black woman, she called her biggest inspiration. So this is a text, I guess, Lotto sent to Nikki, and she says, I agree with you. However, because of where we left off, I don't think you need to bring my name or song up to prove your point. Ooh! Wow. Wow. Wait a minute. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. So then Lotto, because Nikki posted it, Lotto came back and said, first of all, I text you because I didn't want to do the internet SHI with someone I looked up to. Just like the first time I DM'd you asking about your ongoing subtweets, I wanted to speak up because like I said, I do agree. But the way you going, I do agree. But the way you going about it seems malicious, especially after how we left off. So then I think, so then Lotto says, I've ignored countless subtweets since March and instead it addressed you in the DM. You're asking why I didn't speak in your defense. It's the same answer I gave you when you asked why I didn't congratulate you. You're literally older than my mom trying to be a bully. So this is what Nikki ended up responding to, okay? So you want to tap over to Nikki's page. Just hit the back button at the top, the one where Lotto, and then go to the top of the there we go. So then this is where Nikki ends up responding to Lotto, and she says, all this time I thought you was at least 35.
No, you didn't, because you was asking Gucci why he was doing a song with that
little
little
girl. Boom. So now we know who said it. Whoa, this is a lot going on. The girls are fighting. And I thought about that either this morning or yesterday. And I was like, so I'm surprised the rap girls ain't been going at it. Because they've been coming up with ways to come at us every week. So now we see. And I'm glad Lotto said something. She didn't have to say nothing. Now, I do feel like Nikki had a point in her video, all hands down. Hands down, Nikki had a point. However, I'm glad Lotto spoke up for herself because it's like, girl, I may not say nothing and I might be young, but don't think that I won't get with you when I can, because Megan hasn't said nothing and Nikki has definitely been coming over there on you. Definitely been stomping on your neck and you've been very quiet. But I'm over here like, yes, let's go, Lotto, girl, let's go.
I'ma just say this. I feel like I'm tired of Nikki. Like she said, bitch, you older than that lady mama. I'm exhausted with you at this point. Like, I understand that they don't show you your just due, but why is fighting with the girls the thing to do? Because whenever it's time to chest up to these niggas, you all male identified and mute and shit. And that's what work on my nerves. You want to beef and fight and look for protection from the girls that are literally under you, instead of reaching for all of these niggas who you came up with, who should be very much, picking you up in these moments. Where's Lil Wayne? Where's Baby? Where's Drake? Where are all these people? Like, call them. Why are you looking for the little young girls to put themselves on the line for you so that they can prove some type of weird ass loyalty to you? She weird as fuck, and I don't care what y'all talking about.
Scroll down, Bondi. Scroll down on the thing on Nikki's page right there. Keep going. It's about 3 hours ago. Keep going. I think it's coming up. Yeah, scroll past that. Scroll past Armand. I think it's still, yep, it should be right under that. Right there. So it looks like Nikki reposted something. Lotto put this up back in March. I got my pop song going up. Now I'm finna give y'all that urban MFer. I guess I think Nikki reposted this because Lotto was referencing her own song as a pop song. Somebody says literally Lotto herself has even called it pop on multiple occasions. And then Nikki retweeted it and said, yikes. So Nikki was in her feelings, big in her feelings. But then at the same time, it is kind of sad though, because it is like she has been in the industry for a very long time, running the game longer than a lot of people. So why does she not have a Grammy? Just, whether we like her or we don't like her, that is like, why does she not have a Grammy? You muted.
You muted, Bondi.
That 1 year that she got into it with that dude. I think that's why. And it's always been why. I think she burnt her bridges when she decided to go on to the award show and perform some shit that then people didn't want her to perform. Remember? It was something. Oh. It was some Catholic church type shit.
Oh, the Roman revenge thing she did. Ooh.
Yeah. And she told them people, fuck you after that. So I think ever since then people have been like, okay, well, you don't need our awards.
But see, that's what makes it crazy, right? It is crazy because I'm over here defending Nikki, but it's honest. Like, but why is it okay for Madonna to do some of the same shit, Lady Gaga to do some of the same shit, but then when Nikki does it, now it's a problem like that? I mean, yeah, because she a black woman,
exactly,
and that's not cool. Like that's whack.
It is. I agree with you. I agree that they fucking with her. I really do. But I feel like the way she go about it doesn't make it any better because she's punching down.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, you know what I'm saying? Like going at the people that are actually on your level and higher. She always going after these little young girls, young girls to fight with each other. And it just kind of seems like instead of being on the level that you're actually on, you always want to tussle down here somewhere. And it's just weird to me the way she handles it. But I agree. And I feel like they've been fucking with her. We all know that. Like she definitely should have a Grammy at this point. If not for, recent pop hits, like, Anaconda and shit, but maybe like them first two albums, for sure. And then that Moment for Life. Y'all should have gave her a Grammy for Moment for Life.
Yeah.
That was
absolutely.
In this one situation, I think Nikki is right when it comes to the music, but Nikki
to Lotto's page. Go ahead,
picking.
Go back to Lotto's page, but I'm listening, Niecy. Go ahead. Yeah, while she's doing that, going to Lotto. Sorry.
Nikki has been picking. So like Jamie said, I'm glad that Lotto said something. Here we go.
So she posted a retweet from Nikki. She says the most recent subtweet in question, but I'm finna start from the beginning. # 40-year-old bully. Whoa. She says unfollow. This is
Oh,
what Nikki said. Nikki said unfollowed. Ugh. Barbs, I just said stop putting that dud on my timeline. I know you're defending me, but leave the dud on TikTok. Let me
that's
see.
her.
Hashtag dud spun the timeline Barbs. Okay. Then she turned around and deleted it. So now she says she's going to start from the beginning. So I don't know if this is going to be a series of tweets that's going to be coming from Lotto on all the times she felt like Nicki Minaj had tweeted
How
her.
long ago was that?
This was back in October 2nd.
I
This
mean,
was
when did Lotto post that? Oh, 4 minutes ago.
4 minutes ago. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm trying to. All right, all right.
Well, girl, listen. Obviously, Jamie's gonna be back to you guys probably either tonight or early tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tomorrow I got a headache, guys.
Place here.
Mhm.
I'm so glad we got to catch her while she was reporting live on the situation because, girl, y'all know me. I be tapping out after a while. I be like, girl, I just can't care. You crazy, and you know I just can't. But I appreciate you, Jamie, for narrating.
Of course.
But with that being said, thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. We did not expect for this show to go this long. I was ready to go 15 minutes ago, but y'all told us what was going on. But with that being said, y'all make sure y'all follow us. Y'all talking about getting in contact with us. Please email us at ooladiesfirstpanel@gmail.com. Do not DM us unless we already in your DM, child, because it's hard for us to see. So make sure that you email us at Ladies First Panel. Follow us at BondyBlue, at Jamie, that's me, at Niecy Dixon. Thank y'all so much once again for joining us. We should see y'all next week on Jamie's channel. Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's right.
Yes, we will be back. Okay, so make sure y'all are following all of the ladies here on YouTube. And y'all have a good rest of your night.